Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef. God, ik leef, God, ik leef, oh 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 my God, ik leef. God, ik leef, God, ik leef, oh 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 my God, ik leef. Oh 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 my God, ik leef. God, ik leef, God, ik leef, oh 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 my God, ik leef. Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef. Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef.
Oké, what's up? Starten van de bottom. Fuck een soul cell, ik ben een nieuwe Illuminati. En dat is zo de movement, ik bouw mijn eigen party. En ben je niet down, dan sacrifice ik je body. Zei ik, me op Scotty, je zoveel uit je body. Ik ben geen mens, ik voel me meer een Anunnaki. Nu vind je me raam dat ik ken als de elite. De scene bestaat uit copycats, zo steeds hetzelfde liedje. Ik ben niet op al die rappers, hebben niks op mij. Hou de movement in de gaten, hey nigga, wees voorbereid. Ik kan je zeggen, nigga, het is mijn tijd, het is mijn tijd. Ik kan je zeggen, nigga, het is mijn tijd.
Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef. Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef.
Some point in time, a man just have to be a man, you know what I mean? Face up to your emotions. Really check for a woman, make sure you know you check for her. I'm gonna tell if your friend them gonna laugh, or them gonna say you whipped or whatever. At the end of the day, you're the only one who's gonna be lonely, you understand?
Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. And you let her go. An empty glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. See how when you close your eyes, maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely die. Oh, oh. Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark. Same old empty feeling in your heart. Love comes slow and it goes so fast. Oh baby. Yeah, you see her when you go to sleep. Never to touch and never to keep. Cause you miss her so much and you dive too deep. Oh yeah, you see. Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. You let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. You let her go. And you let her go. it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh, oh. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh yeah. Oh, you only need the light when it's burning low. And you only miss the sun when it starts to snow. And you only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. And only know you love her, you love her, you love her, you love her, when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh yeah, when you let her go.
Quest them. Cash flow. One version. In a real life. One version. One version. Them say me nah boss swear. That me hear enough say. Me for stay with the crops there. Them try every little thing for stop the success. Although the road rugged and rough, me no give up. The amount of struggles from my face, man I forgive thanks in a real life. In a real life. I pray, man, I pray, and I go and hold the faith in a real life. In a real life. The amount of struggles from my face, man, I forgive thanks in a real life. In a real life. No used to say me not rich nowhere, but still one day I so survive. Well, enough see me smile and know my life. And happy more while a little rice and mackerel. Still me hold the faith and I call pan Selassie for make it in a life. Me know man happy. People might see me and smile and believe say everything fine. And just through them can't see the inside more while man happy. Tug it out when hungry I twist stripe. Cause life it rocky like a hill ride. The amount of struggles on my face, man I give thanks in a real life. In a real life. Pray me a pray and I go and hold the faith in a real life. In a real life. Struggles on my face, man I give thanks in a real life. In a real life. Love used to say me not reach nowhere, but still me a survive. More while me have to sit down and I wonder how the wicked gone through. And good people stuck and can't move. More while little brother, little sister can't go school. Mommy stressed, sometimes she confused. Yeah, me have to wonder why life so hard. Nothing not change although we try so hard. Yeah, sometimes I feel to give up. Me really feel to give up. Me beg you apply, oh Lord. Cause the struggles of my face, man I fi give thanks in a real life. In a real life. I pray and I go and hold the faith in a real life. In a real life. Struggles of my face, man I fi give thanks in a real life. In a real life. No use to say me not reach nowhere. Dirty bad mind. Well, enough see me smile and know my life. And happy more while a little rice and mackerel. Still me hold the faith and I call pan Selassie for make it in a life. Me know man happy. People might see me and smile and believe say everything fine. And just through them can't see the inside more while man happy. Tug it out when hungry I twist stripe. Cause life it rocky like a hill ride. The amount of struggles on my face, man happy give thanks in a real life. In a real life. Pray me a pray and I go and hold the faith in a real life. Real life. Struggles on my face, man I fi give thanks in a real life. In a real life. No used to say me not reach nowhere, but still me a survive. Well, the struggles on my face, man I fi give thanks in a real life. In a real life. Pray me a pray and I go and hold the faith in a real life. Real life. Struggles on my face, man I fi give thanks in a real life. In a real life. No used to say me not reach nowhere. Words of encouragement. We all were born to live, so don't live because you were born. Real life.
So bad, I'm a proud of it. Society can't tell me how to live. Me still a smoke no matter how bad my asthma is. And God know me like to make love and video it. So be proud of who you is. Cause every man have them life to live. And no matter when nobody wants it, me still a go be me, this young dirty maga piece of print. Get on you to have a dream. Just go and work, the money soon come in. And no make nobody tell you nothing. Tell them say whatever them no want you come out to nothing. Do not afraid to be yourself. Just live for you and nobody else. Look up France if you love is smoke. Love who you want to love. Live life with no regrets. Bad mind can't stop me now. Me broke every red light that make it was a yo. The youngest and the baddest, me untouchable. And if you don't like me no like you too. Love and let me live my life. Do whatever them like. I'm my life. I'm my life. Me do what me like. Love and let me live my life. Do whatever them Girl, when sell happiness, do what you please. Girl, when buy me, nah got this shit. Run all who a judge, run all who a jury. Man, we hustle hard, make money for your family. Get the youth to look a work and live a beat. The system no expect nothing good from we. Live life cause a bad word if you want it. Bad mind can't stop me now. Me broke every red light that make it was a yo. The youngest and the baddest, me untouchable. And if you don't like me, me no like you too. Love and never live life. Do whatever they like. I'm my life, I'm my life. Me do what me like.
Ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ze zegt boy what you want from me. Ik zeg je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ik heb geen tijd voor al die drama bullshit. Baby, je weet, de love die is real, kom bij mij, doe niet foolish. Je zegt je wil mij en ik wil je ook. Maar zonder probleem, je hebt te veel aan je hoofd. Je stelt me de vraag, van blijf je wel bij me? Maar maak je niet druk, ik blijf tot het einde. Maar soms lijkt het net of jij me niet wil. Heb te veel aan mijn hoofd, daarom hou ik me stil. Houden van jou, maar niet van de drama. Maar maak je niet druk, we fixen het samen. Baby, kom hier in mijn armen. Hey, maak je niet druk, zeg weg al die tranen. Ik zeg, girl, what you want from me. Ze zegt, je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ze zegt, boy, what you want from me. Ik zeg, je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Dus laat die drama, oh jeetje. Of laat me nu gaan, moet bewegen. Jij laat me nu gaan, want die drama, die stress, die shit, die beheerst heel mijn leven. Ik ga niet ver weg en dat weet je. Ben op de blok met mijn negers, maar toch app je de hele dag. En vraag je me baby, weet je het wel zeker? Ik zeg girl, hou het simpel. Je duwt me weg, straks ben ik verder van jou. Je zegt boy, hou het simpel. Je duwt me weg, straks ben ik niet meer bij jou. Je duwt me weg, straks ben ik niet meer bij jou. Je duwt me weg, straks ben ik niet meer bij jou. Ik zeg girl, what you want from me. Ze zegt je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar
Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ze zegt boy what you want from me. Ik zeg je ben verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi.
Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef. God, ik leef, God, ik leef, oh 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 my God, ik leef. God, ik leef, God, ik leef, oh 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 my God, ik leef. Oh 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 my God, ik leef. God, ik leef, God, ik leef, oh 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 my God, ik leef. Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef. Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef.
Oké, wat stappers, starten van de bottom. Fuck een soul cell, ik ben een nieuwe Illuminati. En dat is zo de movement, ik bouw mijn eigen party. En ben je niet down, dan sacrifice ik je body. Zijn ik me op scotty, je zoveel uit je body. Ik ben geen mens, ik voel me meer een Anunnaki. Nu vind je me raam dat ik denk als de elite. De scene bestaat uit copycats, zo steeds hetzelfde liedje. Ga me niet op, al die rappers hebben niks op mij. Hou de movement in de gaten, hey nigga, wees voorbereid. Ik kan je zeggen, nigga, het is mijn tijd, het is mijn tijd. Ik kan je zeggen, nigga, het is mijn tijd.
Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef. Ik werk hard, ik neem geen break, nee. God, ik leef, ben op mijn money nu, they gotta pay. God, ik leef, en zelfs God heeft niks op mij, nee. God, ik leef, Illuminati, oh my God, ik leef.
ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ze zegt boy what you want from me. Ik zeg je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ik heb geen tijd voor al die drama bullshit. Baby je weet de love die is real, kom bij mij doe niet foolish. Je zegt je wil mij en ik wil je ook. Maar zonder probleem je hebt te veel aan je hoofd. Je stelt me de vraag van blijf je wel bij me. Maar maak je niet druk, ik blijf tot het einde. Maar soms lijkt het net of jij me niet wil. Heb te veel aan mijn hoofd, daarom hou ik me stil. Houden van jou, maar niet van de drama. Maar maak je niet druk, we fixen het samen. Baby, kom hier in mijn armen. Maak je niet druk, zeg weg al die tranen. Ik zeg girl, what you want from me. Ze zegt je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ze zegt boy what you want from me. Ik zeg je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Dus laat die drama oh jeetje. Of laat me nu gaan me bewegen. Ja laat me nu gaan want die drama die stress die shit die beheerst door mijn leven. Ik ga niet ver weg en dat weet je. Ben op de blok met mijn negers. Maar toch heb je de hele dag. En vraag je me baby weet je net wel zeker. Ik zeg girl hou het simpel. Je duwt me weg straks ben ik verder van jou. Je zegt boy hou het simpel. Je duwt me weg straks ben ik niet meer bij jou. Bij jou. Je duwt me weg straks ben ik niet meer bij jou. Bij jou. Bij jou. Je duwt me weg straks ben ik niet meer bij jou. Ik zeg girl what you want from me. Ze zegt je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Ze zegt boy what you want from me. Ik zeg je bent verslavend als ecstasy. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi. Maar hou het simpel als do re mi.
Swag
nice, yeah. Oh, what a vibe. Sweet reggae music vibe. Got me feeling so nice, yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's why I say the RAX. I know that one is not expensive. That's why I say RX 470. I think it's going to be great, man. All those new chips from AMD. Come on, let's start, man. I'm ready. Come on, I'm ready. Yes. Let's go.
Please welcome to the stage Andrew House.
Good afternoon, everyone. 3.5 years ago, on a stage much like this, we presented our vision for the future of gaming and interactive entertainment. Our belief then, which continues to animate our efforts today, was how to make access to content and experiences vastly more simplified and streamlined. Our desire was and is to demonstrate the ways the living room would no longer be the center of the PlayStation ecosystem, the gamer would. Our success would rely not only on a package of next-generation technologies, but on reconceptualizing how the game consumer would want to play today, tomorrow, and in the future. PS4 was founded on the conviction of giving gamers the multi-dimensional and transformative play experiences they expect and deserve.
But you can,
long-term
if you want, make it
with
more.
The best developers.
A
console with
you can buy
user
a GPU. I think you can.
A network that is faster, more social, more personalized, and brings entertainment
you can make
to life
make a console more powerful.
With more than 40 million units sold worldwide, we are honored at the success.
I think it's going to be more than 4 or 5.5.
However, we know
because of
there are
the
still a
Scorpio.
large number of gamers waiting to join the PlayStation 4 family. That is why we will introduce a PS4 system that is slimmer, lighter, and more energy efficient. The new model, which is the standard PS4 moving forward, will appeal to a wider audience who are looking to buy the best interactive entertainment system for their home. Despite the sleek design, the new model packs all the same powerful components that have made PS4 the best place to play. With the new PS4 model, you can immediately enjoy exclusive entertainment experiences such as Uncharted 4 and PlayStation Vue, our cloud-based TV service. And the holiday season is just around the corner, with PlayStation VR launching next month, as well as an amazing lineup of PS4 games, including The Last Guardian, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and Watch Dogs 2. The new PS4 model will be in most markets by September 15th for $299, representing a tremendous value for gamers. For those who have yet to join the PS4 community, there's never been a better time. PS4 games continue to deliver new experiences that redefine interactive entertainment, and developers are just hitting
I think I'm going for the
stride,
Xbox
pushing
Scorpio,
the
man.
graphics, narrative, and
But
gameplay farther on PS4 than ever before. PlayStation 4 has indeed been the grand canvas that we hoped it could be, supporting a tremendous variety of titles from AAA to smaller digital games, all tied together with the PlayStation Network and our unique approach to social play. we have returned to the combination of creative breadth and commercial success that made the early years of PlayStation so distinctive. It was always our intention to design the PlayStation 4 as a platform to stimulate and fuel future evolution. This vision of the future and the architecture that would enable it was designed into the product from the very beginning. However, we realize that for the very highly discriminating gamer, there is always a desire for advancement, and they want it in this generation. As technology continues to evolve, bringing with it new ways to realize the aspirations of the gaming community, we're adjusting and accelerating our innovation cadence. One such technology we've focused on is display. Display technology offers so much potential if there is content to leverage what's now possible regarding visual acuity, precision, and high-resolution imagery. With PlayStation 4, we're pretty much maxing out what 1080 TVs can do with most games. Gamers and developers alike are always hunting for ways to heighten their gameplay experiences, which is why we're excited about 4K and high dynamic range, or HDR. 4K can deliver a level of detail and visual precision.
Oh, you talk too
that's
much, man. Come on.
unprecedented. HDR contributes to enhancements in visual clarity, color, and luminance. It makes scenes far more realistic
And next, of course,
truer
and
to
next,
the
of
way your
course.
eyes see and experience the real world. In the world of TVs, these two buzzwords have been circulating for a while now, but it's only now that we can start implementing these advancements in the context of gaming. Games are a natural for 4K and HDR. Developers want to deliver on the promise of their creative vision, and both these technologies enable them to make their games look better without the compromises. To provide users with even better gaming experiences, in conjunction with these technologies, we give you PlayStation 4 Pro. PlayStation 4 Pro will sit alongside and complement the standard PS4. We named it PS4 Pro to symbolize that it is part of this generation and targeted to the hardcore gamer or those who have invested in advanced display technology. At launch, PS4 Pro will become the #1 provider of high-resolution and HDR content. We will instantly have hundreds of hours of high-quality gaming experiences available in these exciting formats where you can truly see the difference. Now, to tell you more about the innovative technology behind the console, let me introduce PlayStation 4 lead system architect, Mark Cerny.
Thank you, Andy. When designing PlayStation 4, we had a vision of what gaming could become and created the necessary hardware to support it. We wanted a breadth of titles from AAA to indie, and so we made sure that PS4 was easy for developers to use. We believed in creating a frictionless experience for the gamer, and so we made sure to equip PS4 with a hard drive to shorten load times, as well as the required support for suspending and quickly resuming games, and playing as you download. With that hardware as a foundation, we were able to realize our vision. And as a result, a vibrant gaming community has grown around the console. PS4 Pro is not intended to blur the lines between console generations. Instead, the vision is to take the PS4 experience to extraordinary new levels. First and foremost, our goal is to deliver high-fidelity graphical experiences. With that in mind, we more than doubled the power of the GPU and adopted many new features from the AMD Polaris architecture, as well as several even beyond it. A number of hardware innovations support efficient rendering for 4K displays, allowing titles on PS4 Pro to reach resolutions not thought to be possible on console in 2016. For those gamers and developers who put a premium on achieving the smoothest frame rate possible, we're boosting the clock rate of the CPU. We understand that continuity of experience is important to the PlayStation community. Existing games will play as you're accustomed to on PS4 Pro, and we're providing a number of mechanisms for easily transferring your game library and entitlements from the standard model to the new console. We're also equipping PS4 Pro with a 1 terabyte hard drive to ensure that you have plenty of space for new experiences.
How large are the
The
games?
result of all these improvements is a console that provides unparalleled experiences for the 4K TV owner, and truly excellent enhancements for those using HD TVs as well. We'll give you a detailed look at those aspects of PS4 Pro today, as well as show how transformative high dynamic range is for gaming content, and what the new console offers for VR. 4K TV sets deliver an unprecedented level of detail. Today, we have as an industry been supporting 720p and 1080p HD TVs with 1 or 2 million pixels. 4K TVs provide a staggering 8 million pixels of display resolution. The achievable visual depth and detail are extraordinary. Brute force rendering
Yes, man.
techniques can of course be
PS
used to
Pro,
support
that's the
these
nail.
displays, but they have unfortunate consequences for console cost and form factor. So with PS4 Pro, our strategy has instead been to foster streamlined rendering techniques that can take advantage of custom hardware. When coupled with best-of-breed temporal and spatial anti-aliasing algorithms, the results can be astonishing. The titles I'm about to show you are impressively close to realizing the complete potential of 4K displays. These scenes were recorded in real time from PS Pro hardware and are playing back in the theater on a 4K projector. For those of you watching this from home, after the show, we'll be making the footage available in 4K on video on demand so that you'll be able to better appreciate the quality of the imagery we are showing today.
Okay, so we can see now, not yet the...
These first images are from Marvel's Spider-Man game, developed by Insomniac and announced this year. The detail
Crazy
of the city
shit,
is
man.
incredible. Minute features such as the pedestrians in the distance would just be blurs on an HD TV set, but here they are crisp characters. As for Spider-Man himself, the texture of the suit is breathtakingly clear in a way that it could
Wow.
never be.
This looks great, man.
Here is For Honor from Ubisoft running on the new console. What we look for in games, the intensity and authenticity of experience, has never been more apparent. What you may find surprising is that the models and textures being used here, whether they be for the environment or for these two historic warriors, are in fact the exact same ones that were created for the standard PS4. The difference is in the high rendering resolution that PS4 Pro can support. It is simply transformative.
This game...
Long vistas and high-resolution geometry, as seen here in Deus Ex: Mankind Divided from Eidos, also highlight the power of the console and capabilities of 4K displays. The extreme level of detail visible in the game environments and characters, such as augmented hero
I'm from Suriname, man, but right now I'm from the Netherlands.
To the experience. That sense of reality can also heighten the level of emotional immersion, here bringing us closer to Lara Croft's unique combination of toughness and vulnerability.
Yeah, great texture, man.
With
but we don't see it really good because of
care to apply the power of the hardware
Twitch
to all
and YouTube.
of the game, whether it be Lara's hair, face, clothes through weapons, or the shaders, geometry, and special effects that give the environment
it looks great, but it's not a game changer, man.
This is truly a showcase of how PS4 Pro can transform gaming.
When I see this, I think, yes, it looks good, but I played this game already, and the only texture is the only thing what...
are some scenes from Watch Dogs 2. I'll just let
I don't know, man. It's looking great, but come on, hey, I need game changer things, man. Okay, this looks great, huh? Yeah. What do you guys think? Is this a game changer? Thank you, man. Thank you.
finally, I'd like to show you some environments from Killing Floor 2. We know that diversity of gaming experiences is key to the appeal of PlayStation. Consequently, we've kept the simple programming model of PS4 intact, allowing smaller teams such as Tripwire to bring their titles to PS4 Pro and the new world of high-resolution displays. High dynamic range, or HDR for short, is without a doubt the most exciting advance in TV technology in the last decade. The world in which we live has an enormous range of luminosity, from dark nights to brilliant skies. Human vision has evolved to make the most of it.
Guys, is the stream good?
A very broad range of
Is the quality of the stream good?
Unfortunately, the display devices that almost all of us use today, I'll just call them conventional TVs, fail pretty dramatically at representing this range of luminosity, and also can display only a fraction of the colors that the eye can see. HDR TVs do much, much better. Now for me, the really exciting part of this is that although games need to use different algorithms when rendering for HDR displays, typically involving deeper MRTs and
Yeah, it's looking way better indeed, but
HDR does not require
it's not a game changer, man.
Processing power like 4K does. It's mostly a matter of connecting an HDR capable device.
I think when you see a game that's made only for the PS3 Pro, then you're gonna say, wow. But now it's only textures that are better, man.
This is actually being shown to you using HDR TVs, but we are restricting the image quality to roughly what a conventional display can represent. Looks pretty, doesn't it? But here it is instead, using the full power of HDR. The difference is amazing. HDR is very new technology. Standards are still in flux, and
I have a 4K TV, 4K TV. So that's why I want to buy a Neo or a Scorpio.
HDR on PS4 Pro, but for those that do, well, let me just give you a glimpse or two. Here is Days Gone from Sony's Bend studio. Once again restricted to
this game's I like this game also, man. I think this game's also good,
so
man.
This is utilizing all the detail of 4K, but the luminosity and color are quite similar to what was shown at E3. I'm going to turn on HDR now and show you what changes. Whatever it is that your eye expects to see to convince you that something is real, HDR is supplying that. The colors in the clothes, the brightness of the sun, these all represent a level of photorealism that you've never experienced in a game. Daytime scenes are great for showcasing HDR, but nighttime scenes show its potential as well.
Yeah, so we can play together, eh?
Here the Freaker Horde has come out to feed. Luckily, crafting is a big part of Days Gone, and Deacon has managed to assemble a few Molotov cocktails.
I want to see the controller from the PS3 Pro. If it's if you can put everything from the controller where you want it, then I buy the Neo. So not.
Those who played Naughty Dog's Uncharted 4 may remember this interactive chase scene. You're now seeing it at much higher resolution and in HDR, which makes it even more of a spectacle. Part of why image
No, I don't think they're gonna tell us how many teraflops,
because key areas of the screen, such as these
Microsoft
that are
have more teraflops. That's why. That's why I think they don't tell us.
This is Fetch, the hero in infamous light from Sucker Punch. Fetch is a superhero who can harness the power of neon lights. If you think that sounds like something that would show off HDR well, you'd be right. We believe that the potential of HDR is incredible. But you don't need a 4K TV or an HDR TV to experience the benefits of PS4 Pro. The game knows what sort of display the console is hooked up to, and consequently developers are free to tailor the experience to best fit the type of TV being used. So if you connect PS4 Pro to an HD TV, here's some of what you'll see. First up is a comparison of standard model and PS4 Pro graphics on Paragon. Epic Games has chosen to increase the quality of the graphics in a great number of ways. enhanced visual effects, procedural ground cover.
Yes, not cool, but I know why they.
Greater texture fidelity.
If you
dynamic
think,
reflections.
I know why they don't tell it us. Normally, they start with
Warner
that,
Brothers is supporting HD
Not this time.
Shadow of Mordor with a number of different modes. Here you
Wow, that
can
was
see
cool.
how super sampling anti-aliasing is used to bring the detail of the high resolution
it looks really good, man.
1080p display. This is For Honor from Ubisoft again, this time playing on an HD TV. You can see how the extra power of the new console is used to boost the visual density of the scenes, and also to bring much of the impressive
Oh my
richness
god.
of the 4K
I want to see
graphics
FIFA 17
to low resolution displays.
on the PS3 Pro.
So you may have noticed that several of these titles, including Paragon, Infamous First Light, and Shadow of Mordor, are titles that have already been released. That's another aspect of the PS4 Pro experience. A number of games that you already own may have been patched to play better on the console. We're referring to this upgrading of your library as forward compatibility. Patches for over a half dozen first-party titles are in the works, as well as quite a few from our third-party partners. Finally, I'd like to show you how PS4 Pro works with the PS4
Yes, indeed.
headset.
If there are
We are
60
very proud of the
FPS
breakthrough experiences that the headset
frames per
provides
second,
with the standard
it's nice.
With PS4 Pro, the developers can choose to increase the crispness of the VR scenes, make special effects richer, or to offer higher frame rates, making your VR experiences even more immersive. For Farpoint, Impulse Gear chose to focus on the detail and reality of the scenes. They have roughly doubled the rendered pixel count from that of the standard model, allowing them to breathe further life into their virtual universe.
God of War, yes, that's what I want to see. And I know for sure that one's going to
PS4
look
Pro,
great on
we
PS3
aim to
Pro.
provide developers with the tools and technologies that can
I think it's
further
only for
their
PS3 Pro, the God
One
of War.
developer that's truly embraced the potential of the new console is Guerrilla Games. Let's take a look at some never-before-seen gameplay from the highly anticipated Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay, look,
which showcases
Horizon.
what can be achieved on both 4K and high dynamic range displays.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here's your Horizon, man. Who was the one who asked that? Wow. This looks sick, man. Wow, nice, man. I like this. I like this, man. Game's going to be crazy. So, it's great, man. Yeah.
Gotta move.
How is the quality, man, people? How's the quality from the stream?
It's not gonna wait. Come on.
Wow, this one's great, man.
Nearly there.
Oh, you have PC. It's the most powerful from all of them. PC. But Lucas, how is the quality of the stream? It's nice, man. Yeah, it's nice. That's really good. What's the quality of my stream?
Thanks very much, Mark, and thank you, Guerrilla Games. PS4
Do you guys
Pro
hear me?
will bring about a transformation in the way that gamers experience their favorite titles. At the same time, we're working hard to ensure that PS4 remains a single, unified community. The same discs and downloads will run on both the standard model and PS4 Pro. But they will play in multiple ways. In addition to support for the standard model, we're asking our publishing and development partners to consider how they can best support PS4 Pro on 4K TVs and also on HD TVs.
I want to see FIFA on 4K.
Title. One great example of this transformation will be with the launch of Call of Duty. To share with you how Call of Duty is driving the new level of gaming experience on PS4 Pro, please welcome Activision CTO Andy Hendrickson.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice. His mic's not on. Stupid.
On behalf of Activision and our talented studio teams, it's exciting to be here today to talk about our future with PlayStation.
Every time they do this, they have to make a mistake.
There's nothing else like Call of Duty. The immersion. That visceral feeling that you are starring in your own epic action experience. Our studio teams leverage every ounce of the console to deliver the greatest possible detail to surround players and immerse them in a stunning and lifelike world. Our developers couldn't be more excited about what PS4 Pro has to offer. With its greater memory bandwidth and enhanced GPU, we can now deliver richer textures and 4K graphics on top of our trademark 60 frame a second gameplay. I'm proud to share that this fall, Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered will support PS4 Pro out of the box day one.
Wow.
And for you Black Ops 3 fans, don't worry.
Yes, when I'm finished with it, I'm going to do
also
Excel.
support PS4 Pro on day one with an online title update. We're talking one unified Call of Duty community.
Yes, when I'm finished, man, I'm going to Mode Combat.
On PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro. So let's take a look. This clip is from a mission called Operation Dark Quarry. During this mission, you and your crew answer a distress call from a mining facility on an asteroid that's been knocked out of orbit. It's a harsh environment. Because of its proximity to the sun, getting caught outside could be deadly. This is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on PlayStation 4 Pro.
Wow.
We're going down there. Search and rescue.
Stick together. Keep out of the sun.
900 degrees in the sun?
Find these civilians dead or alive.
Looks like a quake hit or something.
It'll take more than that to knock this place out of orbit.
Godzilla he's gone, eh? Indeed.
dead civilian here. Looks like his neck is broken.
Whoa.
He's good, Cash.
Wow, nice man. He's looking sick, man.
Drones must be tied to the power.
Something live. Max 12 o'clock. We can make it. Out there, Ace. Get eyes on this. I think we found our civvies. Check. Let's do it. Jason forces, stay clear.
Get back or I'll shoot! I said get back! I got a visual.
Yes, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Flynn. Across EA right now, developers are combining the power of Frostbite with the power of PS4 Pro to bring even more amazing visuals and gameplay to our players.
Yeah, it looks
This
nice,
year,
man. It looks
both
nice.
FIFA 17 and Battlefield 1 will support the new console. And early next year, we'll be bringing Mass Effect Andromeda to PS4 Pro. Yeah, thanks. Mass Effect Andromeda is going to take you to a whole new galaxy, and playing that experience on PS4 Pro is going to be incredible. You'll be totally immersed in Andromeda, discovering all new alien worlds brought to life with sharper graphics and high dynamic range lighting. We're also able to create more lifelike characters, which will continue to allow you to experience the best stories you can play.
Hello.
Let's take a peek at how Mass Effect Andromeda looks and plays on PlayStation 4 Pro. Here we find Ryder and his companions deep in an unexplored level of the game. Please enjoy.
Wow, man, so sick, man. Dit is echt sick, nice.
Another remnant right in our way.
Watch your step, okay?
No sunlight, no water. They should all be dead.
The source of the system lockdown may yield more information. We appear to be close.
It made a new path.
I've heard this game also come on the NX.
More remnant.
Remember, they don't turn nasty unless you get too close.
It's looking great, man.
Will you look at that?
I want to see FIFA, man. FIFA 17 on the 4K. I want to see that game on 4K. I want to see that game on 4K. FIFA. I'm hyped indeed, man.
Feel that? This whole platform's resonating with something. We must be close. No question. This is the heart of it all.
FIFA on 4K with Frostbite engine? Or Battlefield on 4K? Ah, sweet. But did he say
That must be the lockdown console.
2016 the most powerful console? Does that mean that it means that PS4 Pro came this year on the shop? This year out?
Is that the Helios cluster?
Yeah, there we are. All
So-
these points could be vaults in other worlds. Dormant like this one.
Hey,
So
look
this
there.
year,
The whole place
PS3
is
Pro is
lighting
gonna.
up. Power readings are off the chart.
You can buy the PS3 Pro.
Really off the chart.
If that's true.
Fine, we should be good.
Thanks very much, Aaron. As you can see with the games shown today, PS4 Pro allows developers to push the fidelity as high as possible.
Robin, I Robin.
For those who use
I want to see
PS4
Neymar,
to watch movies,
Messi,
TV, or videos,
Ronaldo,
PS4 Pro also has
Pogba,
best-in-class 4K streaming services. We've had a
Ibra.
long-standing relationship with Netflix, and that will not stop with PS4 Pro. I'm happy to announce that a new Netflix app will be available for PS4 Pro at launch, and by the end of the year, 600 hours of 4K content will be available on Netflix, including Narcos Season 2, which recently premiered, and Luke Cage, premiering September 30th. Both of these titles will support 4K and HDR. In addition, YouTube, which is already among the largest sources of 4K content anywhere, is developing an app for PS4 Pro that will support 4K content. We believe the potential of HDR is incredible and that it will transform gaming and entertainment in a manner that we haven't seen since the transition from standard to high-definition video. Which is why every PlayStation 4, back to the very first console sold in 2013, will be HDR capable via a firmware upgrade next week. Thank you. Higher dynamic range means more realism, more visual beauty, and the broadest spectrum of colors ever realized on a console. With the proper display, all 40 million PS4 users can join the HDR revolution. At PlayStation, we're clear in our mission to make the gamer the center of our universe. We're steadfast in our commitment to be the best place to play. And we believe this current PS4 game development cycle is just hitting its stride. Some of the best games are still yet to come. So please take a look.
Okay.
Farewell, my love. We'll be together soon.
Spider-Man.
Take heed, sweet love. You'll never be alone. I'm watching from the heavens to keep you safe from harm.
Van Persie. Yeah, but he's old, man.
The angels are calling me back home.
PlayStation.
Our vision is to present a clear choice to the gamer. We want to deliver the best games to our current gamers. We want to invite new members.
Van Persie is old, man, but he's a good player.
We want to offer an option for those that want to heighten their gaming experience. So tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the new PlayStation 4 lineup. PS4 Pro, November the 10th, 2016, priced at $399.
November. Wow.
For both PS4 Pro and the new slimmer PS4, the value propositions are clear and the choice ultimately remains with gamers. We invite you to experience PS4 Pro for yourselves next door after the show. Thank you everyone for your time and for joining us today. Thanks very much.
Is this everything? No teraflops, nothing. This was it. What? No teraflops, eh? Oh, I don't know how many teraflops this have. It's finished? Please throw like test. So people, what do you think? What do you guys think, man? Yes, what do you guys think? Snyder, also a good player. I'm not it was a little bit too short, man. This conference. Go to sleep. Well, what time is right now at you where you live? Kidding. Normally, Sony does 2 hours this kind of things, but now only 50 minutes. Sony.
So Herman, I think PlayStation blog. We just saw a lot of big news coming out of PlayStation tonight in the PlayStation Theater in Times Square, New York. Lots to go over, and I want to bring in my buddy, Mr. Sean Layden. Sean, come over here. I know you were sitting out in the audience. And you took it all in here. So, Sean, you're chairman of Worldwide Studios.
Yes, and proud to be so. I think what we saw today was some
1 hour. That's 1 hour difference.
I think it looked phenomenal.
Outstanding.
And Horizon coming out just in February next year. Looks like it's ready to go, but I'm sure there's still some more work to do on it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of news tonight. I mean, just there was, we obviously had the slimmer PS4. We got a first look at that. And then we get this PS4 Pro. And I mean, this is designed not only for 4K displays, but also HD TVs. I mean, there's benefits kind of no matter which way you slice it.
Absolutely. I think the most exciting, pull quote from today's presentation for PS4 Pro anyway is November 10th, 2016.
Yeah.
That's in 2 months.
Yes. It's right around the corner.
Right around the corner, right in time for Christmas. I think we've managed to get the community together to support this exciting new standard, building it out for 4K resolution, building to support HDR. You saw the stuff on the screen today. And
it was spectacular, and I think if I have any regret, it's that folks can't be here to see it in person.
But I think Microsoft's is going to be way more powerful than PS4 Pro. I think, man. That's why they don't talk about teraflops. Normally they start with teraflops. Now, no teraflops. Mark my words. This time, it's not strong.
The new form factor for PS4 and PS4 Pro. So
no, that's strong.
Anything that has PS4 on it will support HDR.
Now, one of the things, you're chairman of Worldwide Studio, so I think this is near and dear to your heart. When we were talking at E3, you were talking about how important kind of narrative is to developers and the developers of Worldwide Studios. And I mean, when we talk about this sort of higher fidelity, the greater intensity, the sort of heightened experience that you get out of like a PS4 Pro, the HDR, the high resolution. I mean, I can only think that contributes to all of that.
Oh, sure. I mean, talk about getting emotion into your story and into your mise en scene and showing people exactly what the feeling of your characters are. I think HDR brings that capability right across the board to everything you do. You saw it with Days Gone. You saw the reflection of the light against Deacon's face and how he's looking at that board coming up against him. HDR is just one more. It's like taking your color palette from 64 crayons to 64 million.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
It's huge.
We think it's great for the creators and for the medium. We couldn't be more excited.
That's right. Now we got a lot more for you actually here tonight. We're going to be talking to a lot of the folks that you saw out there on stage. We're going to learn more about the games that we saw. We're going to be learning more about Mass Effect Andromeda. That's one I know a lot of people.
That was a surprise.
That was a big surprise. A lot of people on Twitter have been talking about one. I've been wondering about that one. We got a first glimpse.
Why I don't talk with you if you told me that?
We're going to learn more about Days Gone. And this one's looking gorgeous. This one, these guys have really been working away, getting that HDR in line, getting high resolution. We're gonna be talking to a lot of guys. A lot of the folks that you saw up on stage tonight, we're gonna have them here.
No way! If you told me where you're from, why I don't talk with you? Of course I'm going to talk to you.
So we're gonna have a cross section of some of the most talented graphical designers in worldwide studios.
Let them tell this story. They know exactly what they're talking about.
I mean, there is definitely a technology side to this, but at the
Yes,
same
God of
time,
War
I
is
think,
nice.
The games just look fantastic.
But I don't know, man.
Great. It's pretty stunning.
Yeah.
Now, Sean, I know you got a busy night ahead.
I'm going to buy the NX and I want a console, another console, PS4 or Xbox Scorpio. Now I've got the Xbox One, but I don't like the controller from Sony.
But because of this,
so why Romania? So why I don't talk with you, man? Romania, I know Romania. Haji man, how I can talk with you? Haji is a good player, man.
Have a great one. We'll catch up with you later. All right.
Haji was from Romania, Haji.
And so, like I said, we have a lot more in store. We're going to be coming up shortly with Horizon Zero Dawn. We're going to be talking to Guerrilla Games' Herman Holst. Guerrilla, obviously known for technical.
No, Romania, man. What's wrong with Romania?
What these guys are up to with PS4 Pro. So let's check in with Horizon Zero Dawn and much more to come.
Hey everyone, thank you so much. And Herman, hello from Guerrilla Games. Thank you so much.
Hey, Guerrilla Games. They are from the Netherlands, those people, those makers from Horizon.
So we were just
they are from Netherlands, Amsterdam.
As being shown on PlayStation 4 Pro. It is so exciting to be able to talk about this. What does PS4 Pro mean to not only you and your team as developers, but also for a game like Horizon Zero Dawn?
No problem, man.
It is a great thing for us. I mean, as a studio, we're all about new hardware and what we can do with that. But for this project specifically, it's about a very large open world. So having these massive draw distances and for us to be able to have these details, just look at that foliage in the back, to be able to project that, it's fantastic to give that to the consumer. But also, this world is all about beauty, majestic beauty, and just look at the light in the sky, and if she turns around, you look at the shadows, and you see all the detail. It just takes the experience to me to the next level. So I'm really, really psyched up about it.
Absolutely. From a more technical standpoint, are there particular aspects of the hardware?
Game looks indeed beautiful, but
building something that has such large scope.
It's not a new game. It's
overall power of the PlayStation 4.
It's looking really nice, man.
Still getting used to the name, of course. It's everything. It's both the 4K capability as well as the HDR that together.
If I play this game, I'm gonna enjoy it, but I don't think
Now tell me a little bit more about
that I go be blown away. Only the graphics blow me away, but I don't think the gameplay is going to blow me away because it's not new. It's a new gen. No, it's not a new gen. Let me say that.
First of all, she's in a new ecotopia here. This is the jungle, so we've seen kind of these.
It's just a bit like Lara Croft. See what you must do, yeah.
Jungle type environment. So
yes, man.
I
think it's
way to go up to that tall neck, and she wants to hack that thing. Okay?
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Well, let's not get into.
When the stream was when I started the stream, I put it high for you guys, so that the stream is big. Is the most. The best quality. I put it high for you guys.
I think you said you were in love with her.
I got my internet is good. That's why I put it high for you guys.
I'll admit,
And then tell me a little bit more about in terms of building a world like this. I mean, this must be incredible for the folks at Guerrilla Games because this is you guys as a team stepping into new territory.
Do you have a PS4? PS4?
So, you know, it's this
Adrian?
incredible world
Adrian.
on new hardware. I mean, tell me about what that's like.
I mean,
Thank you, man. Thank you,
It
man.
is a wonderful opportunity. It's by a mile and a half the most ambitious project we've ever done, ever
Really?
taken on.
Just
at Guerrilla
compared to
Games.
all your other
Absolutely, even
projects.
compared to doing a launch title for PlayStation 4, it is a very large world. We wanted to go after a different kind of beauty. So the great beauty of Killzone, but now this kind of lush, wonderful, natural world. And again, you know, the new brightness and the new crispness of the image here. I'm just looking at it myself with the screen. I haven't seen a television screen this nice before.
We're going to play it for our audience after we're done talking, so we'll be able to see it. Sure.
And so there's a lot about this project. The fact that it's a new franchise, the fact that we are creating this lead character, Aloy, that is, I think she's able to execute what we're good at Guerrilla, which is tactical combat, right? We kind of honed our skills with Killzone. Now we're letting her go all out and doing that. So that's what this game is about, tactical combat.
So what are some of the lessons that you as a studio learned from Killzone that, specifically in combat, kind of?
Yeah, man, nice game. It's looking good. It's looking really good. But why, you know, FIFA? I want to see FIFA in the 4K, man. I'm hype about that, man. I don't think they got 4K FIFA game. If they have that, I think they have already shown it.
Killzone obviously was a science fiction game. Horizon is as well, right? It is nothing about that is fantasy. Everything is based on science. And
Yes, man, I know. It's difficult, man. Normally I buy every console, eh? The next, I had the PS3, Xbox 360, and the Wii, and normally I buy everything. But now, Sony and Microsoft are almost the same. Only thing they have is this one better exclusive than the other. Yeah. PS3 Pro, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like the controller from Sony, man. If I can. Graag gedaan, man, Tom Schellens. Geen probleem, man. You're welcome, man.
You look at Aloy compared to these machines. I mean, she's clearly.
Graag gedaan, man, graag gedaan. Ja, ik heb goed internet, weet je, dus ja, waarom niet met de mensen delen, snap je? Die bijvoorbeeld geen goed internet hebben of noem maar op, hoe of wat. That's why, man. No problem, Tom.
She's very fast, she's very agile, so we're building this whole game that you see the climbing mechanisms, the way she dodges, everything is very fluid. And
I want to see FIFA on 4K, man.
Make it a consistent goal for this project. So
Lucas, you know what problem I have now?
She can actually evacuate and re-stealth. She should be able, when there are too many machines of different kinds in her vicinity.
My problem now is this console.
Reconsider. She's going to re-engage or
2 months and you can buy it. That's my problem now, man.
Engaging and then evacuating after if necessary.
And for the Scorpio, you must wait long, man. You must wait long. Oh man, I got the problem with that. But like I say, they didn't show the controller, so I can. Yeah, no, I don't gonna buy it. I think, man.
Just chill.
Adrian, that's great. That's
Instead of engaging a whole or have say a watcher.
That's a nice one.
So you get in trouble and a lot of chaos. Some people just like that.
You sold your PS4 for 200, 300? Wait 2 months for the new one. Yeah, that's nice. Nice move, man. Tom, nice move. Praat je trouwens ook Nederlands of? Dank je voor de stream, schreef je net. En nu praat je Engels.
You're dealing with such. They're both familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. Like to me,
nice move, yeah. It's but I don't have a
creatures, but they have
PS.
An alien element too. I mean, how do you guys deal with designing something
4.
like that?
So most of them are based on real life animals.
Yeah.
And there's a purpose to that because obviously when you see an animal,
you know what? My son, he's playing Sony. He's playing PlayStation. I think maybe he buy it, but I'm going to buy the Neo for sure. Because I know the Neo is going to be more powerful, and I have I'm gonna buy an NX because I like Nintendo games.
Well, I know we're running a little.
And I know Metroid.
So I just wanna
I like
ask
Metroid kind of games,
maybe
Zelda,
what's like your
so.
final takeaway from this event here in terms of the PS4.
Netjes hoor, netjes verkocht man. 300 euro voor 2 jaar oud PlayStation 4. Wel een slimme set van jou man. Heb je ook 4K TV? Je hebt al 4K TV.
What I love about it is that there will be kind of the ultimate offering for people that want to go the extra mile and get a great experience, and they get an even better resolution at get the smoothest possible frame rate. But at the same time, I want to ensure and say if you have a base model PlayStation 4 and you've seen our game playable at E3 and people said it looked amazing, I can tell you it's going to look even better when it comes out. So whether you get the baseline model, you get Horizon for baseline, or you get it for PlayStation 4 Pro, you can have an amazing experience.
I mean, that's something that we should reiterate before I finally let you go and you can actually mingle with everyone tonight, is that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be fully playable, beautiful, amazing on the standard PS4 model. But you guys can get a little extra mileage out of that PS4 Pro hardware.
I got 3 sons, man. 3. I got 3 sons, man. They are all of them. My two, the oldest son and the one nearby is are football. They play football, and they are good in playing football. But my son, my oldest son is 30 years old. Tom, dat is mijn probleem nu ook, weet je. Dat wachten, weet je. Ik dacht, shit, wat ik nu zie, toch 2 maanden komt het wel uit, man. En ik kan 4K spelen. Ik heb ook op 4K TV. Lang niet kunnen spelen, man. Dus ik zit ook te twijfelen hier daardoor. Maar ik hou echt niet van die controle, jongen. Zodra zij mijn controle laten zien. Kijk, als je controle nou, als je nou kan veranderen, weet je. Waar je je pokers wil hebben en zo. Dan koop ik hem gelijk. Maar ik ga proberen dat mijn zoontje te kopen. Ik laat mijn zoontje het kopen. En dan koop ik wel de Scorpio als die uitkomt. Yes, Adrian, I have 3 sons, man. 3. Wacht, is lastig, man. Can't wait, man. FIFA on 4K. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, fuck. The next generation game is gonna be epic, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. And Brazil is also always expensive, eh? The consoles. Why they do that, man? Denk je? Over 3 jaar? Ik denk dat er geen nieuwe consoles meer uit gaan komen, man. Heb je laatst niet gehoord dat die dingen dat zei? Die volgens mij van EA of van Ubisoft. Dat de laatste generatie aankomt, de consoles. Waarschijnlijk gaat het digitaal, man, over een tijdje. Als over 3 jaar een nieuwe PlayStation 5 uit aankomt, dan worden mensen gek, denk ik, hoor. Ik bedoel, 3 jaar heb je nu bestaat Sony. En dan komt 3 jaar later komt dinges weer. En dan 3 jaar later weer die. Nee, maar het is te kort achter elkaar, man. Mensen worden gek. Yo, fair, man, fakka. People's going to be crazy, man, if you every 3 years a console. Yeah, Brazil is expensive. Yes, expensive. Ah, so. It's better that you buy it, that someone buy it for you in the other land and send it to you. But yeah, that's best what you can do, man. Horizon Zero Dawn. German. Most people. Ja, lekker man, lekker man. A lot of people can speak German. They understand it. They understand. So you use the. I think you use the same controller for your PSV Pro.
For joining me, we are talking about Days Gone. There's the logo right here. You guys, this is a very exciting time because we showed a little bit of footage from Days Gone running on PlayStation 4 Pro hardware. Tell me a little bit about what the Pro hardware not only means to you as a developer, but also kind of to specifically the project you guys.
Texas, eh?
Well, for Days Gone, it's really exciting.
Well, what? It's not. That's not me, man. What do you mean?
You know, idea. What
So,
it's really providing us now is a visual.
That's not mean. You can ask. You can ask everything. Doesn't matter. That's not me, man.
You know, so the details of the.
Wat je gemist hebt. 4K games, man. 4K games.
The color, the vibrancy of it. It's just amazing. And
Yeah, man. I think your PC is. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. And PC is. It's always the most powerful console. How you can call it. It always be the most powerful, man. PC.
Well, I mean, you know, the resolution, you know, increasing resolution has been just. That was the first step, getting that up and running, and that was great. And again, you know, it's like our character artist.
Danny Baas. Danny Baas, ik ben eigenlijk fan van iedereen, maar mijn eerste fan, mijn eerste company is Nintendo. En ik zeg jou eerlijk, ik heb dingen gezien, ik weet dingen, ik mag niet over praten, maar Nintendo wordt heel gruwelijk deze keer. Je gaat iets krijgen, je gaat iets zien wat je nooit eerder hebt gezien. Nintendo, what they are going to do now, it's crazy, man. Mark my word, it's going to be crazy. They're going to do something else than Sony and Microsoft. Microsoft is only power. But mark my word, Nintendo is going to be crazy this time. They don't play, man.
Regular TV is pretty tough. We do a lot of work to make that feel right.
Sure.
But then when we put HDR in, all of that just becomes natural. It's like you're looking out the window of your office, which in our case in Ben is what you see in the game.
I don't understand it, man. Yeah, I don't understand why they're so expensive. I think it's stupid indeed, man.
Some of it, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing, and I think that's actually the point you made about looking out of a window. I think that's one.
But if you have to pay tax, how many? Is that a lot?
Is sort of that ability to more naturally show off to the player. Like what the human
I think if you pay tax,
you know, anytime you try and take a picture and you're like, you can either get the window or you can get what's you know behind the window.
Yeah.
But the tax don't be that much.
You know, and
ja, maar Nintendo, joh. Maar Nintendo was met de Wii U wel slecht, hoor. Eerlijk is eerlijk. Danny Baas. Met de Wii U was Nintendo niet echt de Nintendo die ik zoals Nintendo ken. Maar ze komen terug, man.
Yeah, it really does. Absolutely. I mean, you know, and again, our goal from the beginning was to have, you know, a visual realism in the environment. You know, that we've always been striving for. So once we turn on HDR, you know, the colors that the artists have been putting a lot of work in and trying to balance all that stuff all just naturally comes out.
Yeah. And now, what about in terms of obviously the Pro hardware is a little more powerful. People and developers are able to achieve you know, more stable you know, performance. Is that must be particularly?
Ja, man, ik denk dat die Xbox. Ik hou van die controle van Xbox, man.
Your game is, may I say, looking very nice.
Ja, Nintendo, man. Ja, ik vind Nintendo wel altijd wel vette games hebben. Alleen bij de Wii U hebben ze niet echt alles uitgebracht wat ze kunnen, man. Ze hebben niet echt veel aan gedaan, vind ik. Ze kunnen veel beter dan dat.
For gamers that haven't upgraded to 4K yet,
right,
still going to get a huge benefit, visual benefit. You know, even
that's an important point.
It is, because in 1080p, you know, now on
David Luiz.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, violence is everywhere, man.
Give me the full summary on what players can expect here.
So Days Gone, it's an open world game. It's about Deacon St. John.
This handsome fella
yes,
right here.
Yes, exactly. He's a drifter bounty hunter. It's 2 years after a global pandemic that's wiped out the world.
This game is also nice, but look, it's another game that's like they are all the same, man. But it's look nice.
Super dangerous, and it's just sort of following his journey.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys first revealed this at E3 this year, correct me if I'm wrong, and I mean, that must have been a spectacular feeling for you guys to have worked on something for so long and then you finally get to show it off, right?
It was awesome.
Now, in terms of dealing with kind of an open world, you know, obviously this gentleman is using a motorcycle to get around. I mean, that must play a role in the game design that you guys are putting together.
It absolutely does. You know, again, this is 2 years after everything went wrong.
Went sour.
Yeah.
Went real
really,
south.
really bad. So, you know, the roads have deteriorated. You know, being able to get around and be very maneuverable. Deacon, being a biker on a bike, can get around in that environment much easier.
Does that mean that the way that your team sort of lays out the world, like building things, I mean, does that actually change the way that they're creating?
Days Gone sounds always also
I mean,
good.
Does the transportation informs that back and forth?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All that's taken into account.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, does that mean that if your gentleman here, Deacon, can get around on a motorcycle, do you guys suddenly have to build, like, start to get bigger and bigger? Because, I mean, you're dealing with fast transportation here.
Right.
I mean, how do you take that into account?
I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, coming up with interesting environments that he has to traverse, but the bike also plays a big part in setting up for whatever mission he's about to take on. Right. So it's about carrying supplies with but also being very nimble. You know, being able to get out of a situation.
It's your mobile HQ.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the combat. Actually, we're kind of seeing on the screen here using the Molotov cocktails, which of course look great on the pro hardware.
Yeah.
But a little bit about the combat design in Days Gone. I mean, how is Days
Klopt
Gone?
man, ze gaan weer terug naar Cardi's man. En waarschijnlijk ken je één spel, als je die koopt, kun je op de handheld en op de home console spelen man. Hoe vet is dat? Dat is een game changer voor mij jongen. Altijd die game spelen. Heb je nu Zelda gezien, hoe vet hij hieruit ziet? Yeah man, FIFA 16? It's crazy man. I get crazy when I play that game. The paths are really horrible. That's why I'm more PES man. I'm going to buy FIFA 17 and PES 17. Next week, PES 17 first.
Stuff are going to get a kick out of this, considering just scavenging through the environment. I mean, there must be a survival element to this game as well, considering that, as we have discussed, the world has kind of fallen to pieces. And Deacon has to
Cartridge, nog beter hè, veel beter dan dinges, dan de CD's. Veel sneller, dus geen laadtijden meer, zodat je stopt met erin, kan gelijk spelen. Net als vroeger inderdaad.
Anything you can share with us in terms of...
Heeft alleen maar voordelen man.
Okay, well, before we wrap up, I kind of want to know, in terms of you as a developer, you know, what do you take away from the PS4 Pro hardware, and what do you feel like has been really beneficial to you guys as a team?
It really has. I mean, it's...
Anything in particular, like any specific elements that you feel like you guys were like, wow, this was it?
When we got HDR running, that was
the turning point?
That was the moment.
Okay.
It really was a game changer.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for joining me today. I
yeah.
really appreciate it. And of course, thank you to all of you watching at home.
Brazil is nice, man. I'm from Suriname, man. Suriname is nearby Brazil, man. Nice people. Only every time they are good.
Also, please stay
in party, man.
Because we're going to be hearing from some of the top developers at Worldwide Studios. And
ja man, vooral die nieuwe Zelda man, het is echt gruwelijk man, te gek voor woorden die nieuwe Zelda. En dat moet je nagaan, was de Wii U versie hè? En dan moet je de NX versie nog zien. En waarschijnlijk kan NX ook 4K, dus ben benieuwd man. Ben benieuwd man.
Mark, it's been almost 3 years since the launch of the PS4. What's the response been like from your perspective?
PS4 has really been embraced by the development community, first and third party, and as a result, it's become an amazing generation for PlayStation. It's got the diversity of games that I love. I think that's really central to the PlayStation DNA. I mean, just in the past few months, I've been able to play The Witness, which is indie, Doom and Shadow of the Beast, which are a sort of remake, and AAA blockbuster games like Uncharted 4. So the hardware question becomes, how do we keep all of that going and innovate at the same time?
Hence the sort of mid-cycle refresh that PS4 Pro represents.
Ja man, dat is 2017. Jij speelt demo natuurlijk. Ja man, sowieso. Ik vind het veel beter dan FIFA. Pasen, alles.
That's important because there's a certain cadence to game development. And start of a generation, there's a lot of adjustment and learning as the developers dig into the tools and technologies.
En het FIFA 17, PES 17 weer FIFA gaat... al ben ik wel benieuwd naar FIFA 17 deze keer hoor, door de Frostbite engine. I think this time FIFA 17 is going to be great because of the Frostbite engine.
Means that our target is to take the whole PS4 experience to a new level, and to do so without the kind of disruption that moving to a new console generation would entail.
You mentioned taking
wow, that was crazy, huh?
So tell me a little bit more about what you mean by that.
So for game content, targeted primarily at higher fidelity graphics and smoother frame rates. And these are great areas for us to focus on because they don't alter the fundamental gameplay. The creator's vision is just represented in a richer fashion.
What is the development community saying about PS4 Pro so far?
These guys.
Great. The developers and publishers have been very quick to adopt the new platform. With PS4 Pro, for all new titles, we're asking the developers to support 4K with higher resolution graphics and the like. And also higher quality graphics.
It's hot there. The weather is also hot there.
4K and HDR, especially when there's not a lot of TVs out there that support those features right now.
UHD 4K.
Low.
I believe that something like a third of the TV sets sold this year will be 4K TVs. HDR is definitely a bit further out there in terms of adoption, but it's great having the console out now because it means that the game experiences will be ready and waiting as HDR penetration increases. Having said that, you don't need to have a HDR TV to enjoy the benefits of PS4 Pro. The game experience is enhanced in any number of ways with an ordinary HD TV. Now, I should also say that all of this strategically dovetails very nicely with our initiative into VR. We're anticipating that the games will be much crisper and have more detail to the graphics on PS4 Pro.
So Mark, how do you see the PS4 Pro and the standard PS4 fitting together?
We're working very hard to ensure that PS4 remains a single, unified community. The games are playable on both consoles, of course. It's the same discs and downloads, the same online community. Most of the user experience is quite similar. The main difference is that with PS4 Pro, we're giving developers an opportunity to make their games more impactful and immersive. And really looking forward to seeing how the developers take advantage of all of that.
Oh, ben benieuwd. No, it's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible, really. Yeah, I know you're kidding, man. No problem.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're here live at PlayStation Meeting in the PlayStation Theater.
It's nice to make jokes.
And I wanted to get a hold of really, honestly, what are some of the best graphics designers in the entire world, and just sort of sit down and take a couple minutes to just kind of digest all this information we're hearing, whether it's
yeah, I don't know what the fuck are we talking, man. There's not gaming, man. There's not the live stream for gaming.
JB here from Guerrilla Games. Welcome, JB. Great to have you. We've got the great Al Hastings from Insomniac Games. And we've also got Christian from Naughty.
Did you guys see the new Nintendo game, Mario game for the EOS?
First things first, I mean,
Mario Run?
What are we dealing with here? Oh, looks like we have a mic problem there. Tell us a little bit from your perspective when we see all these details about PS4 Pro. How does this thing stack up?
What I'm doing with my life.
From a power perspective.
Well,
how old are you, man, Lucas?
A little bit more.
What's your age?
And there's also extra CPU boost, so it's a lot faster there as well. In general, basically, it can do things very close to 4K. And that's an amazing achievement in itself. Basically, looking at our own game, basically, it already looked very good at 1080, but now at 4K, it's really so crisp and refined.
What do you think, Al?
There's also a couple extra little pieces of hardware in there that are really clever, really nice refinements. So in addition to the 2+ improvement to the GPUs, like
no, man, the stream is still going on, man.
There's a few extra twists that help.
Why? What's wrong?
That 4K level of fidelity.
Stream still going on.
The support of HDR, that's for us is not at Naughty Dog. That's what we burn. I mean,
15 years.
It really allows us to show the immersive world we intended
36.
to really show. I mean, this thing has been living
No problem, man.
inside
No
the
problem.
machine this whole time, and we're really just now being able to, thanks to the PS4 Pro, we're able to output that to the new TVs, and I mean,
90.
we're seeing it already with people going and watching the TVs backstage here, and
how old do you think I am?
Is overwhelming, really.
Lucas.
Yeah, it's an interesting point he makes. Like, you know, for the last couple years, developers have really been diving into, you know, physically based rendering, image-based lighting. You know, so internally, you know, we've got this richness, this.
Murat, how are you doing, man? My friend.
That really hasn't been able to come out. We're squashing everything. You know,
My mate.
into a narrower color space on a standard TV. You know, the chance to actually let that out on one of these new ultra def TVs. That's exciting.
That was a big leap, getting the first 4K TVs, HDR TVs in the office, and we turned them on, and our sunsets
Lucas, I'm 27, man.
So bright and vibrant that people are actually saying like, oh, we're gonna need to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, we have some of these TVs set up backstage. We've got HDR going on a number of these games, and there are times where I am almost kind of like, when it's really bright, you're almost, whoa. HDR, that's one we're going to come back to shortly. That's one we're hearing a lot.
Yes,
about.
man, you have long way to live.
All PS4s going the whole way back to the original launch lineup in 2013, of course, as well as the PS4 Pro. But we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that topic as well. But I want to back up for a second and talk
Also
about
nice, man.
4K
Everything all right.
4K TVs that are out there. A lot of folks, I think, at home are probably wondering. I mean, obviously, you know, 4K TVs.
Ja, Murat, wanneer ga je die... je moet goed streamen, man. Hoe kom
But it has not reached sort of
14 years old.
yet. So I think a lot of people are sort of like,
You guys talk about ass and boobs. 15 and 15, 14 years and 15 years.
Once you've experienced the game in 4K, then you know. Only then do you know what you've been missing out on. The PS4 Pro is really enabling more data to get sent from the device to the TV.
Jij streamde op ITSJAHMIEL nog wat, man.
There's like Mark was saying earlier, there's 8 million pixels that need to be fueled with new content every single frame, and we really weren't able to push that on the standard PS4.
I streamed op ITSJAHMIEL, man.
Great images, but once you take the step up to the PS4 Pro, we make these enhancements.
It is like a step from the PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, where we went from standard definition to HD, and now this basically is the first time that you see it, you go like, holy wow! And then it's also really hard to go back. Where you're just switching back, it's like,
it's tough to go back. I've been a fan of the TVs for a while, but I don't personally own one because there just hadn't seemed to be enough content to really compel it. You know, you're mostly still watching upscaled stuff that was sort of authored at the lower, the 1080p resolution, but it's sort of an interesting place now where video game console is sort of set the content, really 4K. I don't know. It seems like an exciting change of pace.
I mean, sorry to interrupt you, Sid. To kind of ground the higher resolution in something that's very tangible is, as you're playing through the game and you're walking around the game worlds, one of the drawbacks that we've had for a long time with regular HD TVs is that there's only so much we can do with the pixels. Like, they are as big as they are,
yeah, man.
So you end up getting artifacts, and that's the nature of the beast, right? We do our best. It still looks great, but you're getting like shimmering. There is some of that like the jagginess going on, and it has a tendency of deterring from the overall game immersion and the game feeling. But now, when that kind of gets toned down, it's almost removed.
Yep.
Now you can just enjoy the game for what it's trying to be. I'm a believer, obviously.
It is striking, but one of the things is, we're
Danke,
seeing a lot
Schweinsteiger.
of these high-resolution games running on these 4K TVs, and I gotta say, seeing them backstage, it really is something else. But interestingly, and this is not a term I had really heard a lot, I think, before tonight, HDR. I mean,
Wat heb je gegoogeld, Tom?
I think HDR is just as important as the higher resolutions that you get through the 4K TV. So, Al, I see you nodding your head there.
Chinees of Japans?
Why is HDR something to get excited about?
Well, I mean, so these new TVs can achieve a peak brightness that's, sometimes more than 10 times what you could get in a
Schweinsteiger?
HD TV. You can't blanket the whole screen with 10 times. You'd probably go blind and.
Schweinsteiger.
But you can get key parts of the image can achieve that.
Is he finished?
And then the whole rest of the range,
with the football.
The rest of the image can sort of use that extended range. So you see contrast, you see details emerge.
He was a good player.
Is a great example of this. That you see detail emerge that just wasn't visible before. So it's you almost get the sense that the resolution increased just by the high dynamic range.
Yeah, I think with HDR you're getting much closer to what the human eye does. So what you see in nature, what you see in real life, that's sort of how it looks on the television. And maybe to call it a paradigm shift is correct. It's sort of like going from stereo to a full 5.1 audio set.
Interesting, yeah.
Where suddenly you feel the subwoofer. And maybe this is the same thing, maybe, where actually brightness is really bright. It's not just whitish on the screen, it's actually really bright.
That's fascinating stuff.
One thing to kind of, because HDR is such a new concept, well, it's not new, but for us, kind of like TV's.
Zo. Nee man, ik heb expres niet gepraat. Heel af en toe zei ik wat, weet je. Ik denk expres.
One, it's not just the brights. We're also talking about the really dark areas in your scene now actually has more range. Like, we're able to show more of the dark colors. So
thanks, man.
You will see detail inside of the darks that you couldn't see before. But
okay.
Like, as a person that's never seen HDR, that might not know what we're talking about, I can say try taking a picture of your friend with the sun behind him, or even like you're
cool, Lucas, man.
Really
do your homework.
And trying to take a picture,
it's
and no matter how you tune the camera,
do it good, man.
Either you're gonna
School
see the
is
face
good.
of your friend and it's going to be completely white outside, or you'll see the outside and your friend is basically completely black.
Ja, die app.
And that's because of
Geschoten
the
daarachter
high
nog.
contest ratios and the lack of high dynamic range.
Kijk eens dan.
With us now being able to show that, it's adding yet another tool, really, because it's an artistic tool to the artist. Like, we don't, as a game creator, we don't have to make the sun so bright that you need to wear like, sunshades to see it. But we have the ability of making explosions, whatever things that makes the most sense to
9 november België, Nederland, zo. Ben benieuwd naar, man.
see that in the real world.
Kind of an expanded palette for the artist, if you will.
Very much so.
You like that? No, we're talking a lot about 4K type technology. HDR not exclusively limited to 4K televisions, although that's generally where we're seeing that technology expressed. But I do want to spend some time to talk about the benefits for HD TVs with PS4 Pro, because this is a big point. I mean, tell me a little bit about what you guys are seeing. You guys are on the ground. You're working with PS4.
Are you working my work?
What are the benefits for those who maybe aren't in the market for a 4K TV, or they're perfectly happy with their HD TV? There's still a lot going on there too.
So what you're getting on a normal HD screen is something that we call super sampling. This is something from the visual effects industry.
V0.
Actually, you take a whole bunch of pixels and
Ja, het speelt nu wel erg slecht. I'm working with
sharp definition. You don't see
Matt.
any shimmer anymore, no aliasing as they call it. And it
What
just creates a very
job I have? I work with children, man. With children's.
Yeah, you do get a sense of the detail. You do get sort of a temporal stability that is hard to achieve at just sort of standard 1080p. You know, because you're packing essentially more information into each pixel, and you know, the image quality improves. It's not, you know, it's not the same thing as seeing it in 4K, of course, but it's a noticeable improvement. It makes a real difference.
Yeah, I mean, it should be noted too that as developers we get access to whether or not the user has a 4K compatible TV or a 2K TV connected to your whether it's the base
Studio,
PS4
nice.
or the PS4
Studio is
Pro.
good, man.
So we can make decisions if we want to use the type of technique that Al and JB are talking about, the kind of a super sampling kind of deal, or like some other games we're showing where they're actually cranking up ground cluttering and just making the world feel a little richer. There's definitely a benefit whichever way the developer choose to go. There's a benefit for regular HD TV users as well.
Are you also study? What are you doing then for
a
study?
much more stable frame rate, of course. So of course, you know, no game is perfect, and you're gonna drop a frame here and there.
Tom,
Unless
je bent 36, dus vandaar dat jij nog al die oldschool cartridges hebt onthouden. Deze jonge jongens kunnen niet meer mee over praten, hoor.
What it does is basically that it smooths that all out. You don't have frame drops anymore. It's just a perfect smooth 30 or 60 if it runs at 60.
Yeah, I think the Paragon demo showed some of what Christian was talking about, where you know they took a different direction than just going for image quality. And again, with PlayStation Pro, you have more CPU to play with as well, which could allow you to increase actors' physics. And I think they were showing more grass detail, more little physics objects. So certainly up to the creators to use that however they see fit. The super sampling technique is sort of an easy way to get a solid win.
Study is good, man. Do your things, boys.
Do
your best.
One of the things I've been hearing a lot too when it comes to PS4 Pro is just there's a lot of choice. There's a lot of choice for developers about how they harness all that power. If they want to go into the really high resolutions, they can do that. If they want to focus on frame rate, fluidity, and smoothness, they can focus on that. HDR is going to be something that's across the entire PS4 family. Richer visual detail as well is something that we're hearing. So really, it's kind of the choice is where it belongs in the hands of the actual developers versus having to be pigeonholed in one thing or another.
Hello.
Well, that is also for the player itself.
You guys are funny, man.
Absolutely.
You can choose to you can go 4K and buy a big television, or rather than 1080 at a very smooth frame rate. It's really about
that's
the
a good
there.
point. That's a really good point. Yeah.
Well, one thing to note here is just comment on the frame rate is. Everyone is trying to be really cognizant that the game will not run faster, like higher frame rates, unless you're playing like a single player style of game. But if you're playing multiplayer games, it will be the same playing field for like base PS4 users,
PSVR.
PS4 Pro users. You're still running the same frame rate.
But
yes, you're running at a higher
so
resolution. You might
big
lose
thing
some
in your head?
HDR,
No,
but
man.
overall, it's a level playing
Glasses, I can do that, but not that big thing on my head. No, VR is not for me. I think it's cool, it's nice, but I can play 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes, and then I'm finished with it because of that big. No VR for me, man. Glasses, okay. I play Killzone with 3D glasses. I finished the game with that, so that's cool for me. Cool with me, glasses, but not kind of big thing on your head.
So for Horizon, it's all about these epic, majestic landscapes, and we've been putting so much effort in getting the sunsets to look right and getting all the clouds to look right. And this is something basically where, especially HDR, has such an enormous punch. Basically, you just sit there and you go like, that's just real. And that's really exciting to see, basically. And also, basically, for the artists working on it, basically, to finally get that vibrancy, basically, that you see in real nature on the screen is really rewarding.
That's great. Al, what
do you think about it?
Well, so I mean, I'm enmeshed in the Spider-Man game, and we're trying to like bring to life a realistic and really detailed version of New York. And this place, it's a beautiful day here today. I was out, taking HDR photos, trying to get some reference, and there's so much detail to this city, and to be able to see it in 4K and HDR, to see the detail emerge.
What do you think about VR? Ze hebben helemaal niks laten zien van VR, hè? They didn't show nothing from VR. Why not? Sony, what's wrong with you, man?
And to see that come to life and increase the immersiveness. I'm really excited.
That's awesome. What do you think, Christian?
Well, as being a big part of Naughty Dog, like I live and breathe everything we do at work. I love our games, and we pride ourselves on pushing the visual fidelity, telling like immersive stories, grounded stories, and being able to do that now through the PS4 Pro and like the new brighter colors that we can show the user and really remove some of the really improve in some of the detail that we're seeing.
Alexander,
backstage.
I think it's going to be great, but
the future is really amazing. And
do you know that PES also has this kind of game mode long time ago? So for me, it's nothing new, man. But I think it's nice. It's going to be nice.
Where games will really shine, no pun intended.
Especially when they're that's a good one. Especially when you're really building them from the ground up for this new technology. I think that's what gets exciting. I mean, PS4 is not going anywhere. Standard PS4 is here to stay. But I think there's a lot of interesting opportunity with this new technology.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at the games back there, and
but a friend of mine has the VR for his phone, and he didn't like it, man.
Now I think you'll see some real
so I don't think.
It's exciting stuff, and guys,
I think it's nice to have it, and I think it's
go back there. I hope you get a couple
it's a really great experience, but not for long, man.
Live at PlayStation Meeting, we've got a lot more. We're going to be diving into a lot more games. But before we do that, let's check in with an interview I had with Mr. Mark Cerny. He's the lead system architect on PS4 Pro. So Mark, when did you decide to actually move forward with designing the PS4 Pro?
We actually started thinking about the new console pretty much as soon as PlayStation 4 shipped. It was clear that during this generation, 4K TV penetration would become pretty significant at some point. And
yes, I like it also, the remote.
To support it. Once we realized that the
and it was free, yeah?
power that was necessary
it was free, the remote.
Could be used to make the graphics better on HD TV as well, the PS4 Pro simply became a must-do.
So Mark, tell us something we don't know about the creation of PS4 Pro.
So, during the creation of the hardware, I casually asked a very famous director at one point, and I'm sorry, I can't say his name, what he thought we should be doing next for hardware. And he described essentially the exact details of PS4 Pro. I mean, the synchronicity here, that we would all be thinking along the precise same lines, I mean, it's so intense that the hair on my arms was standing on end. And he remembered, too, when I gave him his his formal briefing 2 years later about the hardware, he reminded me that he had anticipated this in exact detail.
Wow. So Mark, alongside the PS4 Pro and the slimmer PS4, DualShock 4 is actually getting some new features as well. Tell me a little about those.
So the new controller has a few welcome improvements. There's now a light bar on the touchpad that says which player is which for multiplayer. The really cool thing is that you can now directly connect the controller to the console and send the signals by USB, which when you're playing a fighting game and you want the absolute minimum latency, it's just heaven.
Wat dacht ik toe? Ja, dat bedoel ik, man. Kan je lang mee spelen, joh. Yes.
Hello,
Did you
everyone,
see? It's the
welcome back.
same.
Thank you again for staying with
Just
us.
the
I'm
same
joined by
controller,
Collie
and no,
from
man.
Montreal. Hello, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
We were talking Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
A game that I just recently played and I'm pretty jazzed about.
Yeah, the event in the press event in San Francisco.
Fitting in that it's the setting of your game.
Exactly.
I feel like you guys planned that out from the start.
Yeah, we did actually. When we were actually on Watch Dogs 1, and we were doing a press event, and a bunch of us were walking around in San Francisco, and we were going, we should do a game here. We should try to do the sequel here. This city is so awesome. It's be perfect for us.
It's a perfect open world.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot about it. Today was our iPhone 7. Was not leak. Was today they had the evening evenement, also evenement. A meeting. They show my run for with EOS.
So, well, I mean, as a developer, it's always really exciting when you have more GPU and hardware to work with, because it allows you to see the game and kind of render the game out and be more true to the vision that you
Of
have.
course,
When you're
iPhone.
developing a game, you start off with very high-res assets, and then you kind of pack them into the game, and you can sort of try to get it all to fit into the frame rate and the memory and everything like that. And so when you see the game on the PS4 Pro, it's like so much closer to our vision. The details there, it just kind of pops off the screen, and I don't know, it's just kind of, it's so cool to see your work like look that shiny and spectacular.
Just glowing.
Yeah.
Just glows. And actually, I really like that because truer to our vision is, I think, an important point to make there. Because it's not just about like if you have a 4K display or not. It's also about like that hardware being able to push a little bit harder and kind of showing off what you guys have done from the source material, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much detail in the
Yes,
in the
when
world,
the sun
city,
starts,
the texture detail that's in the buildings. But you know, like San Francisco is a very bright and vibrant place. You've got a lot of beautiful areas like Clarion Alley, where you've got this beautiful graffiti, and you have all these people walking around, and every area is different. And it's the differences in these details. So if you really want to feel that difference when you're looking at it on a much higher resolution, it feels more immersive. It feels more real.
But of course, Watch Dogs 2 is also available on PS4 Standard. It's going to look great and play great on both. So let's talk about the game then, because that's obviously why we're here.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what your role was on this project.
Okay, so I'm the animation director, but I also take on the role of Living City direction as well too. So basically, that's all of the animation. For
Did you see it, Tom?
The AI in the game, but also the civilians who are their own form of AI. And then combining that with all the different clothing and kits, because it's a very diverse city, so you want to feel that each person is different as you go around. So, the people in Chinatown are different than the people in the Tenderloin, and the people in Silicon Valley are different than the people in Oakland, and they act and talk and behave and, in some ways move differently.
That's like a huge amount of responsibility, dude.
Yeah.
That is a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
How do you have the hours in the day for that?
Well, we have a really big team for that, and
team effort.
Team
not
effort
just you.
for sure. No, absolutely, and we have people that are just dedicated to going around and looking at each area, and just the time it takes to just go around the whole world and just study each area and see if it matches the planning that we did. And we have huge Bibles of artwork to kind of show us how each area is going to be different, so we can coordinate all the the character meshes and and also to coordinate with the world, because the people in the world have this symbiotic relationship. Yep.
So then tell me a little bit, because obviously this game is kind of very near and dear to me already, because it's set in a place that I've lived for so many years, right? Were you guys just chilling in San Francisco for like just forever taking pictures, studying. I mean, tell me a little bit about the research process.
Well, we did 2 scouting trips to San Francisco, but of course, you know, we have the
That's
edge.
it. That's all you needed.
It's all we needed because.
But you have a team, and
we have a team, but we also we travel there a lot.
Yeah.
Because our one of our offices is there, and but it is also a really easy city to kind of like. To study online, right? You know, we have a lot of tools online, and we have a resource team in Paris that helped us build a research tool that allowed us to kind of go street by
Wow,
street, city,
that's very expensive, man.
like the crime statistics in certain
Wow.
areas, and all this data
These
we
people are
got
crazy, man.
from, you know, public resources, and it's all streamed into this tool that we have called the Texture Facility, and it helps us basically understand how to build a world. But yeah, a lot of it is just being, you know, on the grounds. You know, I walked around San Francisco and the Bay Area actually for a couple of days with a big, you know, 70 mil
Cheap.
lens, just shooting photo after photo of people just to try to understand.
Oh, $65.
You know, what is the difference that you're going to feel as you move through each area?
So then tell me a little bit about Marcus Holloway, our hero here, because he's quite different from the original hero in Watch Dogs.
Yeah, well, you know, San Francisco is a new city with a new, with a different look than Chicago, and you know, Marcus is a kind of a reflection of the
What's
Bay
up,
Area.
man? Yoshi, everything all right?
Oakland.
He's Oakland.
Yeah. And native Oakland, and he's a talented young hacker. In the story, we're playing as DedSec, and DedSec was the hacker faction from Watch Dogs 1. So we've kind of flipped the stakes a little bit. And but Marcus has been singled out and profiled by the C2S system as somebody who's dangerous, and he's not. He just doesn't start out being dangerous. And so this is kind of
right,
part
man.
of his quest to sort of
What's up with you?
Show and expose to people what you know.
For iPhone is the cheap.
Treating us unfairly. And how it could be, you know, singling all people out.
Absolutely.
So this is really the story of the game is the story.
Oh yeah, I know. No, a little bit. No, not €700. I think 600.
Yeah, absolutely. And then,
€590 or €600. It's not cheap, man. For a phone. Come on.
You know, one of the things that I really loved was just the new ways, the kind of contextual hacks that Marcus has available to him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of new stuff in this game. I was hoping maybe you could touch on some of that.
There's one of the big feedbacks from Watch Dogs 1 was that players wanted more depth in the hacking. So each hack that you do is contextual. And so there's a simple function that you can do. You press the shoulder button and it will hack. But if you hold it, it gives you a whole variety of options. And then you can start to combine options, right? So you know you can set traps for guys, and you can lure people in, and
I was kidding. Okay.
You know you can create some fairly complicated.
Well, with the iPhone you never know.
With all the different hacking options, and most of the objects in the world are fully hackable and drivable. You know, they're not binary. So this makes the game a little bit more complicated to play, but gives the player a lot more choices and freedom to play.
So what's that like to balance that out then? So I mean, you are enabling the player more access to the world, but in turn that
dat is wel serieus shit, hoor.
more complicated.
Well, you have to build it in a very systemic way, so that the audience the players can basically do what they want. So you can't restrict them in any way. You have to say yes to everything. So in a way, we kind of have to just trust the player. But don't screw this up. Well, but then they will do things that we don't expect.
Yeah.
But that means that everybody's experience with Watch Dogs will be slightly different, right? So it's not a binary game that doesn't play out the same way for everybody. I may go in and absolutely destroy everybody and cause chaos and mayhem. You might go in and just sneak in with your drones and completely go in undetected. And two things could happen.
Yeah. And then tell me a little bit about the alternative play styles, because that's one thing that I've, when I was talking to some of your colleagues about, I mean, the sort of difference between combat, stealth, like drone hacking. I mean, these are pretty different ways to approach one given situation, right?
They are, and you have to design the levels in a way that allows the player to kind of play and have a good experience in any way they want to play. We have a saying that we don't want to work hard to say no to the player. We want to say yes to everything. So if you want to play like all guns shooting and use your IEDs and explosives and combine everything together, you can just kind of go in there and create a lot of chaos and mayhem. But if you have the drones and you have all of the objects in the world, and as you start to combine this together, you can play this either trickster approach where you kind of use your tools to take people out, or you can just go completely ghost. And it's kind of a challenge to play it that way because
no GTA 6.
It's a little bit more. You got to think a little bit more, but also the tools allow you to play in a way where you're not always falling into combat.
Nothing from Rockstar,
Sometimes in a
man.
stealth game, you're forced to go in, and as soon as you get spotted, you get shot. Well, you know, you can play most of Watch Dogs without even, or, you know, a lot of areas you can play without ever even entering the layout. You can do it all remotely through the drones, through the hackable objects, you know, and there's just like an endless number of options that you can try.
It's so rad. I love that. I'm just more and more pumped now. That was the whole purpose of this interview, by the way.
Ja. Nou, komt voor even alles hoor ik.
So then tell me a little bit about the other thing that you guys were showing off recently was the bounty mode.
Yeah,
which
the
is
online
a
mode.
sort of online, both cooperative and competitive element to Watch Dogs 2. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
So the mode that you played was the bounty mode. We also have seamless co-op. And we have the invasion mode as well. So there's the 3 modes. So the invasion mode is similar to, is pretty much the same as when in Watch Dogs 1, where a player will invade your game space and will try to steal your data. Then we have the co-op mode, which you played with one of our demoists, and she probably saved your butt a bunch of times.
Actually, we tried to go stealth and it failed miserably, and I think I got her in a lot of trouble. But that's okay. We made it.
She was prepared for that. So that, but then co-op is a great way to sort of tackle a lot of the open world stories. But then you play bounty mode. So bounty mode is where one player has to survive against 4 other players, but you have the whole city at your disposal. All the hacks are available, and it's just complete chaos. So if you survive the bounty mode, the rewards are super, super high. Okay. So, you know, it's awesome. And you know, when we're playing it, we're demoing it, you know, there was just like, from the bounty mode area, there just screams of, you know, joy and terror, and it's so loud.
Defeat.
You can try to do that, man.
Multiplayer when people are screaming.
Maybe you can buy it too.
Well, we're almost out of time.
Sure.
What, may I ask, what is your sort of takeaway from the event today at New York City? Do you have any particular highlights or something you're really excited about?
Well, I'm just really excited that we can show our games, you know, our game Watch Dogs, and also For Honor. We can show off how, you know, these games look, and we can, you know, and we're able to offer players, you know, the good PlayStation Core experience, but we're able to offer this enhanced experience. And you know, I'm just really excited to, you know, play games that you know, can look that good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like, remember when the PS3 came out and it was in HD, and I remember people coming over to my house to like watch me play and because they couldn't believe how good it was. And it felt like something. It felt like something.
Yeah.
You know, it was an emotional experience in terms of seeing things that were so good looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I'm also excited that I got to chat with you today, so thank you, Colin.
Cool.
It's great to have you here, and of course, it's great to have everyone watching at home. We will have a lot of this content viewable in 4K on video on demand in the days to come, so stay tuned for that. Also, of course, stay tuned for more games here from New York City, including a little look at Mass Effect Andromeda. Do not go anywhere. You will not want to miss it. Stay with us.
Mass Effect Andromeda. Payment devices is I know is for, I think it's a Xbox box. This means it's going to be expensive. It's going to be I think also for again for €400 or 500. I think it's going to be.
Hey, welcome back. We are just in the minutes following PlayStation meeting here at PlayStation Theater in Times Square, New York. I am joined by Aaron, GM at BioWare. Very exciting stuff. You guys are here showing off Mass Effect Andromeda, one we have not seen a lot of yet.
No, it's been, we haven't shown much actually. We've had a couple of E3s where we've shown trailers. but we haven't gotten into gameplay too much. But we had this chance to come here and show off just the first starts of gameplay, some of that exploration, some of those cutscenes, the quality of the characters. And so we took it, and thanks to Sony for having us. It was great to show this.
I was happy to watch it. Believe me, I think my eyes were even happier. Now, I want to talk a little bit about some of the PS4 Pro details that were talked about today and how you guys are going to fit into all that. So I've heard through the grapevine that you guys are very passionate, particularly about HDR. This is a big point for you guys. And I'm hearing this again and again. I heard it from Christian at Naughty Dog. I mean, obviously everyone's stoked about high-res TVs and 4K TVs and all this, but that stuff's great, but HDR is also really cool. So tell me a little bit about why you guys are so pumped.
Oh, I think the big reason for us being excited about HDR is when you make a science fiction world like Mass Effect, so much of it has the opportunity for color and for vibrancy and for all those things. Aliens can be bright and colorful. Places you go just look amazing. And HDR, even to my surprise, when I first started to really understand it better, really just brings all that stuff out so much better than I thought it would. I was really amazed when I first saw the difference between standard definition and HDR. It's funny, right? Because you have these TVs and you don't even know there's a difference. There's a possibility for this thing called HDR. And so you spend your time thinking, oh yeah, I've got this thing, it's great. And then once you see HDR, you go, oh wow. And a science fiction intellectual property like Mass Effect, a game like Mass Effect, just really makes HDR sing because of everything you can do with it.
You made a great point there. I mean, this stream is not in HDR. If you're watching this right now, you are not seeing HDR.
Right, yeah.
You're not going to see HDR unless you come here physically to this event and see it on these TVs.
Yeah, for sure. So you do need the TV to do it. And so I just hope people give it a chance and go into their electronics shop and do that. Go to a friend's house who's got it, turn it on, and really let yourself just be just immersed in this HDR experience because it's amazing.
Yeah, it's super eye-catching. I'm super distracted staring at all this footage. But I mean, HDR, it is bleeding edge. It's brand new. Yeah. It's in basically this year's crop of TVs, and it's just going to, the standard's going to continue to coalesce, and we're going to continue to see more and more content around.
Yeah, I'm confident it'll do whatever other consumer electronics thing does, which is it becomes standard, and then cost comes down, and then pretty soon it's everywhere.
That's right. That's great. So I can't let you off the hook. I got to ask you about what we're seeing here in terms of gameplay, though.
Sure, yeah.
This is the first time I've seen gameplay of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
So we see some gameplay footage here. Can you give me the elevator pitch on kind of where Mass Effect Andromeda kind of picks up where the rest of the series left off?
Sure. So Andromeda opens with you traveling to the Andromeda Galaxy, hence the name. And you and a lot of other humans have fled the Milky Way Galaxy to start a new home for humanity. And you brought along other races have pitched in too, so you see your Asari, you see Krogan, you see those things, so all of them come along too. And then you arrive, the story begins as you arrive, and now it's your job as the Pathfinder, in this case we saw our male Pathfinder rider.
This the last thing that I'm going to stop this stream.
Building a new home for humanity. You've got
is good enough.
Exploration, you've got to take on quests, you've got to, of course it wouldn't be a Mass Effect game if there wasn't some sort of galactic level mystery you understand about when you arrive there. So you've got to figure that out. You've got to work your way through that, and that forms the critical path.
Ja man, lekker. Ik was vergeten terug te bellen, man. Ik was gewoon helemaal... Weet je, kom, ja precies. Ik moest gelijk door naar voetbal, man. Ik was thuis, ik heb snel gegeten, dus kon je door naar voetbal. Dat was het probleem ook, man. Ja, maar dus, ja, lekker man, jou daar. En daar dan. Wat gebeurt daar in de buurt bij jullie, joh? Ja. Ja, ik hoor net van een paar matties hier, man.
And bring in new things. Jump is something that's new.
Really interesting,
yeah.
Maar wat is het dan precies?
You see that little flare on his
training.
In HDR, it looks amazing.
Geen training of zo.
You also brought in what appears to be some lush alien flowers and
plant life. Ik vrij vest alles, man.
Yeah, we want to show people, give people a real sense of what it must be.
Ik kon net kocht vrij vest alles.
Yeah. Everything's going to be new for you there.
Ja, poppen met kocht vrij vest. Dus ik weet niet hoor.
Humanity brought with them on these arcs, these giant ships that come in. So the story has a nice dichotomy between the familiar, which is what you brought, and then everything else is alien. One of the things we talked about in Mass Effect in the early days was creating that sense of you are the aliens.
Yeah.
The idea that you have arrived somewhere now, you're the alien. What must that be like? That's not something we're not as familiar with in our day-to-day lives, perhaps. Certainly not at this scale. So what can we do, what storytelling opportunities do we have to present that to people? So I'm just going to really open people's eyes to what it must be like in those situations.
So let's talk a little bit more about PS4 Pro. And in terms of how the BioWare team is kind of taking advantage of this, so what's the broad philosophy there? Like, how do you guys kind of break this down?
Well, so we like anything with more horsepower. Right?
Sure.
It's really nice to be in this industry where you can reliably count on
Doe het maar. Ik snel weer. Doe maar vrijdag of zo. Ga je weer
But
fietsen.
I give credit to Sony for coming out with this stuff on a slightly faster cadence than
Wat,
we
hè?
might have expected, because I think it just gives us a lot of opportunity to give a lot of.
Nee, niet meer echt meer soms.
We look at exactly what Mark Cerny spoke about it today. We look at the resolution.
Gaan we vrijdag even rollen, toch?
Sharper, cleaner, you know, more detail in them.
Snap je? Dus dat is cool, man. Doen we dat wel even.
Just all that visual power to
That's
pop
cool,
on
man.
the screen and just really make everything more
That's cool, man.
intense and
Rustig.
more real.
Yo.
And so for those two reasons, those two axes just make for an amazing experience in Mass Effect. I think again, science fiction.
What's the game that are you most excited about? I think Zelda, man. The new Zelda, man. The new Zelda. That's the game I'm most excited about. And I know there will be a new Metroid game, and I am Metroid fan, man. Metroid is the shit, man.
We had no idea about PS4 Pro when we kicked off this and did a lot of our production work. So, oh yeah, it's going to be an amazing experience on PS4. And if you choose to get PS4 Pro,
Of course, no problem, but no stupid things on my Facebook.
Hardware support 4K, you'll just get that much better an experience. But I really love that Sony's very committed to keeping the community intact. I think that's just a
Give me yours.
smart move and credit to them. That really makes
I can tip my Facebook. Give me yours.
Make a game and release it for people. They're going to have a community players rather, right there. They'll be in touch with, and that makes me feel really good.
I was happy to hear too a lot of the discussion around HD TV support and some of the things that are being done there, like you know.
At you. So now what's wrong with this? What is wrong with this meeting? The whole time it was good and now it will give problems?
There's still a reason if you have an HD TV, you don't have to run out and buy
Sony,
an 4K
Sony.
TV to get a lot out of PlayStation 4 Pro.
Absolutely. You know, I think PS4 Pro is going to offer developers a lot of chances to just tweak things, make them a little better. Everybody wants more. Every developer wants more graphical
I'm going to search, man.
computational horsepower in these things. So you can do really smart things there, and it just makes it that much better.
That's great. So what's next for you guys?
Cool guy.
You have some big plans coming up. This is the first peak of, I assume, we're going to be seeing more here to come.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. So you know, we're very lucky that we have a very passionate community of fans.
Just at you, man. I think it's stupid, man. What's wrong with the? I don't know how it works. So it's finished. No problem, man. No problem. It's cool, man. It's cool to have friends. So what's wrong with you, Twitch? Now you have problems? Electronic Arts. Maybe they're gonna show. What's wrong with the stream, man? Okay, let me see. Because they know. Of course not. So yeah, I mean, I listen to. I read things on Twitter now. Everybody they think the Sony event was stupid. So wait, what the fuck is wrong? So the PS4 Pro doesn't play 3K Blu-ray? Why not? So crazy things, man, crazy things. So Nintendo did only one game. They talk more about that game than the Sony event. Come on, man. This crazy shit, man. What's wrong with the... It's finished. Okay, so no, I stopped it. Yes, NX is coming more, man. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start I'm going to start... I'm going to play a game, man. Going to play Mortal Kombat on the Xbox One. So no DMC, man. Oh, you're not an okay, yeah, you are not fan from Nintendo. I can tell you that this one is going to be great, man. Wait, what's wrong? So it doesn't work anymore. So I'm gonna stop this stream. I'm gonna start another one. Or no, don't gonna stop this stream. VIP, I'm a big deal. I'm going to start a game, man. What kind of game do you want I must play? FIFA 16 or Mortal Kombat? You say. So I don't have to stop the stream and I'm going to play a game. Because the Twitch is finished. It doesn't work anymore, so I stop it. Which game I must play? FIFA 16, Mortal Kombat. FIFA? And go play FIFA. Oh, the HDR. This is sick. And the flowers. Yeah, what did you think? This sucks. No DMC5. Yeah, this sucks, yeah, indeed.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Who told you who told you that DMC5 will be out? Will be coming out? Who told you that? I add you, man. Hey, why it don't work this bad? I add you. I did add you. What okay. Yes, let's go. I think this is the best way to put FIFA 16 leuk. Last one, dat is de vriendgroep. Ja, lekker belangrijk. It doesn't matter for me. Wait, let's see. I'm going to play Start Cup. I have to win this. I want to win this, man. Lekker moeilijk. Same prof, veel klasse. Silver. I can play with. Except I can't play this. Silver, why silver? I think I can. I can win this. I don't know. Look my. Okay, let's play. I think I can win this, man. So wereldklasse, the best. Okay, let's try. This is difficult for me, I think. I don't like the. Oh wait. Now I've got good controls. Danilo from Real Madrid? Yes, that's Danilo, that's my man. Whoa. Whoa. What was that? What a misser.
Well, we're moving towards the sharp end of this competition. We're now down to the round with 16 teams in it.
Yeah, and it gets to the stage where you don't want to make any silly mistakes. You don't want to do anything that's going to cost your team.
Try it now, you know, it's worthless, huh?
This is the home team lineup. Well, it's 4-4-2 for them today, but we think the middle four might be a diamond, Alan.
Yeah, and it gives them a bit of solidity in the middle of the park.
What is that for ball?
I think the onus is on the fullbacks to provide the width in this shape.
Hey. Wow.
That's a corner.
What kind of ball is that, man? That was crazy.
He's one I know Alan's keeping an eye on here.
His interplay can be fantastic, and his 1- and 2-touch play, well, it's a joy to watch.
Now the shot! Got in the way of that, blocked it well.
What kind of ball is that, man? Huh.
Al-Dossari.
What are you doing? Oh, crazy. With crazy things they do.
Fine save he's made there, and he's not let the ball escape his grasp.
No, not to him, not to play the ball.
Al-Dossari.
Wait, what are they doing? Wait, I don't like this. Tactical defending, why? Stupid tactical defending. I'm gonna kick my ass. Nice defending. Oh. Goalkeeper.
Good take by the goalkeeper, but no pressure on him.
I expect on the head, man.
Challenge, he made the block. Aranguiz. That's a good challenge between the two of them there.
There's a really good challenge between the two of them.
Quack.
Is that Rakitic? Also,
He's crossed it well.
Wow.
And there is the opening goal.
Scheiße. That's the
first
goal.
goal,
That's
it's
the first goal. What
made
is
a bit
this,
of a mess
man?
of that. A mess and a miss.
Stupid ball.
Well, let's just look at the detail of that, Alan.
Crazy. That's a crazy one,
Just
man.
a heavy touch, the opposition could take the ball away. Aranguiz. Well, that's very comfortable for the keeper here.
Aranguiz. Oh. That's a crazy ball.
This should be an intriguing development in the game.
On.
Message from the home manager: press higher,
No,
get in the faces
wrong
of the
button.
opposition. Saw it all the way, the goalkeeper, and
Not a
it's
nice move.
comfortable in the end.
No way, nice move. What? What's
Raphael.
that for ball? Man, way too.
There was danger, but he's cleared it.
Come
Able
on,
to
man.
make a good interception.
Almeida. Hey.
That passing is top class.
Top class?
Good support as they build this
Come on,
attack.
man.
Building steadily here, keeping possession.
Wow.
Played into the middle. The goalkeeper with a textbook save and keeps the ball in his grasp.
Oh my God! This is the pass here. Oh.
There is some backup for him in this position. Dosari. He's got his shot off now. The goalkeeper plunged to make the save.
What are you doing, man? That's stupid.
Here's the cross.
Come on, go.
Lost possession here.
No, man. So not easy.
John.
Man. Why? Come on, man. Press in. Press in.
Almeida.
What is wrong with this, man? I think my buttons are not good, man. Every time I have to change it. Why? You see? Oh my god, yes. Yes, A.
Quack.
Oh no, it's great.
Almeida. He's gone in very fairly and won the ball cleanly. Aranguiz. Oh, in goes the cross. Good distance to the clearance then. And here's the shot. Well,
wow.
That would have been the equaliser.
And he knows it too, doesn't he? Look at his expression. He'll just be praying he gets another chance to make amends.
That's an easy interception because the pass wasn't really a very thoughtful one.
It's your own play, man. Go. Oh, no way!
As the half-time whistle goes. Well, this could be the halfway point in the cup tie. We've got one.
It's difficult for me. Some world-class level, huh?
And they kick off at the start of the second half.
Nice.
Raphael.
Why? Way too hard, man. Woo, that was a nice touch. It's fast, man. Who's this? Johnny also fast.
Well, it will be dealt with easily by the defenders there. It wasn't a great cross in truth. Now they can build from the back, the opposition. Raphael.
Oh, nice.
Unmarked now, he's lost his marker. Here's the cross. Well, the ball deserved perhaps a better response from his teammates in the middle. The defender got there first, though.
I hope, man.
Corner now. And out comes the goalkeeper
nice.
to deal with the corner.
That's a bad corner, man. What are you doing?
Just to flick on with the header. They kept possession. John.
What for ball is that, man?
A goal kick.
Goal kick!
Raphael.
Come on, John, you're fast.
And that will be delight to the defenders.
Oh, man.
There's no one on the end of the cross.
What a stupid ball.
Well, the player that we're featuring here has done well. He's certainly been an influence on this first half.
Well, he played really well, didn't he? And he got himself a goal to put his team ahead. He'll be pleased with that first 45 minutes.
Oh, what a dangerous ball, man.
It's good vision to be able to switch the play there. Al Shamrani.
I'm Shamrani.
Dosari.
Ooh, crazy. Okay, good goal. No, good goalkeeper. Thank you. What is that for stupid ball, man?
To give the ball away like that. He's lost the ball. Arangis. Oh, free kick.
Oh, wow.
Awarded by the
Raff.
referee. John. Real good contest between these two as they jostle for possession.
What are you doing, John? He's gone. El Sharani. Oh, way, man. I don't think I'm going to win this, man.
Been a bit luckier
I
there.
don't give up.
Excellent block there. If he had a cap on, he could throw it on the ball. It's that simple for the goalkeeper. He's got room to hit this. It's a good, terrific stop.
Woo! Lucky.
Wasteful pass, unforced error, really. The referee's letting it go.
What is this, man? No way. What? Raff. He was stupid.
Yasin Özteki. Arangis.
Ah, no, man. It's so slecht. It's so bad, eh? Whoa. I need to score at least one goal.
Quite safe to play it back to the goalkeeper. He's good with his feet.
Look what he did to me. It's so crazy.
Oh, goes the cross.
Wow.
And he claims the cross.
Nice ball.
Well, nothing's ever straightforward for goalkeepers.
Oh, no way.
Not been
No
challenged.
way. What a
Throw in
bad control, man.
It goes out wide again. It's lovely to watch the ball being passed with this sort of level of play, Alan.
It's the understanding, the technique, and the
Why?
weight of pass that's been so pleasing on the eye.
That's very good link-up play. The supporters out
No
trying
way,
to play their
man.
part here and
Stupid.
lift
This is actually really
the home
stupid.
team.
Yeah, I think they believe, Martin.
Bad
The question
passing,
is,
man.
do
Bad
those
passing.
players down on the pitch believe as well here?
Here's a chance to move forward from midfield after that interception. Al-Shamrani.
What?
Right from the beginning, we've never known which way this game is going to go, and it's kept its drama right to the last. Well, just over 84 minutes gone, 6 minutes left on my watch.
It's finished for me. Oh, why you don't make stupid foul? Nice. Nobody's doing it.
Yasin Özteki. Well, the cross came in, but it went straight to the opposition, and now they might break out.
No way, man. Why? What crazy ball is that, man? Oh, I found.
Very good.
Lucky.
Intercepting play there to get his positional situation right and win the ball without too much effort. The referee has chosen to add on 2 extra minutes. Al-Shamrani. That's a good ball, isn't it? They're on the attack now.
Woo! Lucky again. Why? Stupid! Let me watch it.
So beaten here, and that cup, which was within their reach is now totally out of their reach.
Yeah, they're clearly disappointed, and looking back, I think they'll be upset by the way that they played. Didn't really do themselves justice.
Well, he's had a very good game, hasn't he?
Oh, lots of energy, lots of quality, and a good goal, along with plenty of chances.
Stupid, man. Take care, man.
He's crossed it well.
Almost every day I do a stream, so you are welcome, man. Take care.
Al-Dossari. He's got his shot off now. And the goalkeeper plunged to make the save.
Are going to experience that much more. So,
okay, the stream is almost already going on.
More vivid visuals. Yeah, that's something we've been hearing a lot today. John?
Yeah, I think for us, you know, when you're creating a game, you sort of have this vision in your head of what your game's going to look like when it's done. And
yes, it's live again.
You have to make some
it doesn't work.
Along
Good night,
the way.
mate. Good night. Take care.
The way that you wanted when you started. So what excites me about the PlayStation 4 Pro is
take care, man.
So much more closer,
See you next time.
to that initial vision of what we wanted the game to look like. And I think the gamers will really see that and appreciate it. They'll see it in the high resolution textures and the 4K and the HDR and the smoother frame rates and all the benefits they're going to get.
So fewer constraints, fewer boundaries. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. I like that. Gents, I really appreciate you joining us here today. I hope you all get a chance to go out back here and check out all the different games that are playing.
Awesome.
And we have one more game interview here for you today from PlayStation Livecast. Stay with us. It's 4 on.
Okay, the last one. Then maybe I'm finished with this.
Hello, my friends. We are almost done here in New York City, but what better way to start closing out the show than with For Honor? I am joined by Luke from Ubisoft Montreal. Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me. It was fun to chat with you, but now we can really get to the good stuff.
Yes.
Because we were talking about For Honor, which we showed off during the conference running on the PlayStation 4 Pro hardware. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the game, tell me a little bit about how your team is using the PS4 Pro and kind of what it means to that game.
For us, what it means is extra power. And this extra power will allow us to display more details on the character, on the environment. For example, on this footage right now, it's all the environment. You can see the reflections on the ground. It's much more detailed. A little bit after, you'll see the foliage, the vegetations. So we can get more detail, and that's the thing I was talking about the vegetations. You can see more details on the image. So that's where we're pushing the limit, and we're pushing the graphic power
of the PS4 Pro.
And not just in the environment, but also in character models.
Exactly.
And
Also in the character, that's a good point.
Yeah.
In terms of all their texture, because we have a lot of different materials in the character.
Yeah.
Having Knight, Viking, and Samurai, it brings different flavors. So the leathers, the armor of the warriors from the Raider right now. You can see the definition on the armor, the Kensei, same thing. So that's where we're trying to push to have this extra level of immersion into the game.
Absolutely. Now, of course, PS4 Pro hardware is awesome, but you know we need those games. And For Honor, looking great. Tell me a little bit about what you guys set out to do with this sort of melee combat game.
Our objective with For Honor is to bring people to live the experience of a dangerous battlefield with legendary warriors. That's why we have the Knight, the Viking, and the Samurai. So that's the experience we want to bring, and for that, we decided to use the Knight, Viking, and Samurai, the three maybe most famous warriors out there. And also we developed a new mechanic for combat, which is the Art of Battle.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
perfect transition.
It's almost if we rehearsed it.
I know. It's almost like we talked about it before.
Exactly. The Art of Battle is a way for us to make you really feel your sword in your hand. So when you fight, depending on how you position your guard, it will impact how you block and how you attack. And one key thing in For Honor is a lot of games in melee action, it's about hitting, and it's hit it as fast as you can. In For Honor, yes, of course, you need to hit your enemy, but it's about blocking also. Because any martial arts, one of the first things they will teach you is how to block an incoming attack. So in For Honor, that's very, very key. How you will block the attack and then take the advantage to hit your enemy. So the Art of Battle allows us to do that, and that's really, really important.
Now, that's of course, I mean, there's going to be some familiar aspects to For Honor for people that play a lot of like third-person action games. But as you say, the Art of Battle kind of lends a unique twist to the experience. How do you guys kind of train the players? I mean, this is a new skill set that people need to develop, right? I mean, what's it like developing that training system?
The training system is good because we've ran so far, we've been in a lot of different events. So last year at E3, this year at E3, Gamescom, both of them, PlayStation Experience in December of last year.
You guys are everywhere.
So yeah,
and it's always you, I bet.
I've been in most of those events, I must say. So having people play the game, we develop a tutorial, so a practice mode, so we can see how people get their hands on the game. We've done 2 live periods so far. So one in October of last year, we did a technical test 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So it's a way for us to really see how people can, their onboarding process, how they will learn to play. And it's quite impressive. I must say, one anecdote. In a technical test,
share 2. You can share 3. I don't care. Share as many anecdotes as you want.
In the technical test we had 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks. There was one guy, one of our devs was playing during lunchtime with a player, an external player, and he got his kick so bad. And the guy's been playing the game for 4 days. We've been playing it for 3 to 4 years. So we brought one more guy in. Paff, out. We got one more in. Paff, out. So we had to go to get one of our dev testers, one of the best player, and he came in and he managed to finally beat the guy. So within a very short period of time, our players managed to go very high in skills. So that's very impressive. So the onboarding process works, but it's a new system. So give yourself a couple of minutes to get it.
Loosened up.
Exactly.
Stretching.
But once you get it, that's where the fun really will peak.
And what do you think it is about sort of that melee combat that makes For Honor such a unique experience?
I think the intimate aspect of the battle. Yes, the combat system, as I talked about, the Art of Battle is playing a big role in that. That's for one. 2, the warriors we have, like Knight, Viking, and Samurai.
Which we need to talk about. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. And the intimacy of the combat, when you're in a duel, that's where you want to live that moment of being like mano to mano. It's okay, let's get this done.
Yeah.
So
tell me a little bit about the factions then, because you guys brought in some heavy hitters here.
Yes, Knight, Viking, and Samurai.
Literally, I guess.
Sorry?
Literally, they're heavy hitters.
Exactly. So you see, that's the duel I was talking about
yeah.
before. So when you're in that duel, it's really, really fun. So yeah, so Knight, Viking, and Samurai, they're probably the most popular warriors of all time. There are a lot of different warriors, but Knight, Viking, and Samurai, and I'm just curious, are you a Knight, a Viking, or a Samurai?
You can't put me on the spot like that, Luke. I can't just choose a favorite. I barely played the game and I have to pick. I feel like, okay, I'm kind of a big Game of Thrones fan, so maybe I feel like I pick Knight.
Okay, that's
Is that
good.
fair?
Yeah, it's
okay.
fair. So we have those 3 factions, and in all of the faction we have 4 different warriors per faction. So we have those 12 warriors, all different weapon set, different animation set, different customization and progression. So all of them are extremely deep to learn and play. And that's a great thing about the game is once you go from one to another, yes, the basic gameplay mechanics are the same, but you need also to know how the Raider is fighting versus the Orochi. Because one is an assassin, so super quick. The other one is a vanguard, so a balanced offense and defense. So that's how we bring our factions, and also in the world, because in the footage we saw today, we saw the environment from Citadel Gate, which is a knight map, but also from Overwatch map, which is a samurai one. So we have knight, Viking, and samurai environment. Like this one is a knight map. So
beautiful.
So that's why that's how all the factions will live in For Honor.
So before we wrap up, I do kind of want to talk a little bit about the modes that you guys have, because there's a lot of stuff you guys are putting in this game. You're telling me that there is like a single player campaign, and of course multiplayer is a core element. Can you tell us a little bit about the different modes?
Yes, obviously. We have the story campaign. So in the story campaign, you will live this tale through Knight, Viking, and Samurai. So all of them. At E3 this year, we revealed our story campaign with Apollyon, the villain, who's a
devious.
Yeah, a bit evil in the background. And the game modes, we have 5 different game modes. We have Duel, 1v1. We have Brawl, it's 2v2. We have Skirmish, Elimination. Both are 4v4. One is a team last man standing or team deathmatch. And we have Dominion. Dominion is the game mode that we are showing today, that we showed in the event so far. It's an objective-based mode in which you need to control areas to capture points, to score points, kill your enemies. And once you go over the 1,000-point threshold, your enemies won't respawn anymore. So you need to track them and kill them to win the match.
This sounds very violent, sir. There's some violence going on in this game. Some action.
We're in a battlefield. It's a battlefield with legendary warriors, with the two-axis guy, with the Dachi. So yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah. So before we go, tell me a little bit about we're here in New York City, revealing the PlayStation 4 Pro. What's a highlight for you? What do you think is something that kind of resonates with you and gets you fired up for the future of the PlayStation platform?
But I think for us, it's being able to deliver a deeper experience, a more beautiful experience. So people, when they come into our world, the immersion will just reach a new level. So for us, it's great. I think being immersed in that beautiful and fantastic world, this great world, is something that players will really, really like.
Awesome. Well, Luke, thank you so much for being here with us. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We have a little bit more before we go here in New York City, so do not go anywhere. Stay with us.
Oké, final thoughts nog. Nu zijn we er klaar. Ik laat het nog even lopen. the last things.
Hey, welcome back. We are just about at the end of our show here. We were broadcasting live from PlayStation Theater, and of course, big day, Mr. Ryan Clements.
It was kind of a big day, Sid.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 Pro.
It was good to be here. There was a lot of announcements, but more importantly, it's just really cool to see all those different games and all their interpretations of the PS4 Pro hardware. I have to get used to this. I'm still not getting used to saying it.
PS4 Pro, baby.
There it is.
So, I mean, just there was a lot to take in tonight.
Yeah.
We had everything from Mark Cerny up on stage, kind of walking us through like the approach to 4K TV and HDR and what all this is going to mean for games and for developers. And we saw that. We heard the news about HDR coming to every PS4 going all the way back to 2013, launch day. That's pretty huge.
Yes.
So you don't even, there's lots of folks out there that have 4K TVs, and if you don't want a PS4 Pro, you want to stick with your PS4, that's okay. HDR.
I mean, I think that's one of the important takeaways is that, PS4 Pro is a part of the PlayStation 4 ecosystem.
That's key, yeah.
And the other thing is that there's like the PS4 Pro isn't just for people that have the 4K sets.
That's correct.
Like there's a lot of benefits, including like the increased performance and as we were talking about HDR that like are really interesting and that we can incorporate into the gaming platform. So I'm kind of psyched.
It's exciting stuff. I've been talking to a lot of honestly like experts in graphics here tonight.
They know more than us.
They know a lot more than us. I know a thing or two, but
just a few.
But these folks were really talking the shop here. It was pretty interesting to hear them talking about techniques such as super sampling. So folks that have an HD TV at home, they want to pick up a PS4 Pro. There's huge benefits to that, depending on the way the developer taps into all that power. So it's everything from, hey, we're going to basically kind of internally render a high-resolution image, and then we're going to kind of shrink it down for your 1080p TV, cleans up the image like crazy, breathes new life into it, makes it look terrific even on an HD TV.
Yeah.
But of course, if you've got the latest and greatest 4K TVs,
it's going to sizzle.
It's going to sizzle. We saw Horizon Zero Dawn looking absolutely stellar. And I do think, here's what part of the challenge here is we're not broadcasting in HDR, we're not broadcasting in 4K.
Yeah.
So we have to use a little theater of the mind here, right?
Envision, if you will.
That's correct. So backstage, we've got members of the press, we've got media left and right. They're trying all these games out. They're taking a look at what's there that's in HDR, it's in 4K. And I had a chance to wander around and get a look at a few of these.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Horizon Zero Dawn is looking stellar.
Is that your top pick?
It's hard to choose.
I know, it's hard to choose.
It's hard to choose. Another one was For Honor, the Ubisoft
we
combat
just
game.
were showing that game, and it's just like the level of detail in both characters and environments is amazing. And actually, that one of the when we were talking earlier, one of the developers said something which I think is really pertinent and a really good illustration of what the PS4 Pro can do. It's not just like a technical powerhouse. It's also the fact that it allows the developers to be a little more true to their vision.
Yeah.
And that was the language that he used, and I actually really liked that. To me, that sounded really good because it's about, when they create these like concept art and these like original, look at this.
This is, I can't listen to you because this looks really
you're like,
great. But
silence. But when they create these source assets, like the concept artists and all these programmers and engineers, when they build this stuff, sometimes that's, that vision has to be compressed and, changed in order to accommodate the hardware. With the PS4 Pro, we can push closer to those sort of source materials, that original vision.
I heard that a lot too, and I certainly heard, everyone's excited about the high resolution, the 4K displays, no question about it, but at the same time, I heard just as much love for HDR.
Yeah.
That is a huge theme coming out of today's show. And again, it's something, it's not on the stream here, so it's something you got to see in person, but it is a stellar technology. It is eye-popping. It makes a huge difference. the range between lightness and dark and the color spectrums is just far more expressive. It breathes just a lot of life into the image.
And you were seeing that in Mass Effect Andromeda today,
Absolutely.
right? Just like,
Absolutely.
especially with a sci-fi game, I feel like that's where it can really shine.
We talked exactly about that. I've heard through the grapevine, BioWare very passionate about HDR. They love 4K too, but you know, here's some more footage of that. This is also very noteworthy because this is a first really good look at the gameplay. You know, at least a slice of the gameplay that we're going to see in Mass Effect Andromeda coming to PS4, and obviously with PS4 Pro support. Lot of info to take in here today, you know. So what were some of your highlights that you've seen?
I mean, really, it was Horizon. It was actually, you know what? I also love talking about Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Because that is also, of course, it's coming soon to PS4. But then there is also the PS4 Pro, in which they can again push a little further, a little more, and get more of that detail to our hometown of San Francisco.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
You can saunter on into Oakland too and visit me.
That's right. I can walk right in there. Just walk into your house.
Oh, hi.
I think it's interesting too, just hearing all the different ways that the developers can harness this power and this tech. So, you know, we're hearing, of course, it's really sort of the message here around the PS4 Pro has a lot to do with increased visual fidelity. And smoother frame rates.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it boils down to.
You do not need a 4K set to,
and you don't
to
need
have
a 4K
some
set.
benefits. Yeah.
HDR, that kind of goes into the visual fidelity, the 4K, or even HD TV with super sampling and some of those kinds of technologies. So it is fascinating stuff. We've never seen anything quite like this in the home console market, but it's really, really cool to see something that is very much a member of the PS4 family.
Yeah.
But kind of can deliver these new experiences, really kind of push it to the brink. So exciting stuff. I'm really stoked. I hope we get a couple minutes to take another.
I know, and it was just cool to be here in New York City, like on the ground floor, being able to see these folks, you know, see the reveal for the first time, go check the games out, running on displays, which this may be slightly larger than what the normal gamer would have.
I don't know.
His or her apartment.
I'm gonna have to do some online price
maybe a little shopping is in order.
Little shopping is in order. But yeah, it's really cool, really exciting. I'm glad we could come. It's really interesting. Feels kind of historic in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us on PlayStation Livecast. We're here from PlayStation Meeting at the PlayStation Theater in Times Square, New York. A quick note for you: even though the stream hasn't been in 4K, we haven't been able to show off HDR. It's just not feasible. We are going to have 4K versions of a lot of the games available on PlayStation's YouTube page. So go ahead, subscribe, keep your eyes peeled. You know, they'll be coming out over the following hours and days. So stay tuned. I hope you can get a look at it. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.
Farewell, my love. We'll be together soon. Take heed, sweet love.